We're live. We'll start with Canyon, because I want to. Welcome back, everyone. We got a few people on already. Welcome. See, Ted, you're up early here, so thanks. 901 today. I did check. Appreciate it. As I said, I'm hoping to push out more videos every 2 to 3 weeks. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Joseph. I hear XP Gaming. That's kind of what I've been trying out a little bit, too. Welcome, Ethan. And Aussie, you're here now too. You were late a couple times ago. I'm not going to hold it against you, but anyway, we're listening to Canyon, and we're going to play Moo 2 today. But I did see your note on the Exodus updater. So far, I've only downloaded like the main pack of Exodus, and since I'm only just extracting stuff out of there, I figured that's probably all right. Right? Gotta turn off the sound. It's funny. I get a notification that I'm live. My watch goes off. My computer goes like, "Rick's Random Retro is live." Thanks for telling me. Anyway, we're going to play Moo 2 tonight. I know, Brian, if you're on, you've asked for Moo before, and we'll stream that too, but I haven't played that one, so I want to start with something I'm very familiar with, and that's Massive Orion 2. I love this game. I put so many hours into this, and if you're not familiar with this, it's basically like Civ in space, released by Microprose as well, which was the publisher of Civilization. Part of, yeah, sorry, from the publisher of Civilization 2, you can see it right there. It's a phenomenal game where you're just managing a space empire. There's many games like that today. Probably the most one that I can think of most recently is Stellaris, kind of like the same style. I do want to get that one and try it out. I've heard really good things. It's a game that has had so many expansion packs. But this is the sequel then to Moo, which I didn't really play. Yeah, Microprose is phenomenal, and if you haven't seen it, Microprose is actually back. So they have gathered a lot of the original developers, and they've relaunched Microprose, and I believe their first game that they're working on, or one of the first ones they're working on, is a sequel to Carrier Command. I never played Carrier Command, the original one, for DOS or Windows, whatever it was on. Someone correct me, because I never played it, but then Carrier Command, the new one, is just a direct sequel, or re-envisioning of the game, I think. So the idea is that they're going to start cranking out similar games like Microprose did, so they're back for all intents and purposes. I don't think Sid Meier's on board, but he's got his own thing at this point. But anyway, Moo 2 is installed on this. We're playing it on the P166, because the minimum specs for this guy is like a 90 megahertz or faster Pentium, and this is a 166, so it's pretty much perfect for it. That's the recommended. The minimum is a 146, and I'm pretty sure I played this on my P100. Originally, so this should be perfectly fine. This does support both, I believe, hot seat and networked. Thanks. The networked and hot seat, but this is one of those games that takes forever to play. We'll see how far we get tonight. But this is one of those games like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn. I'll have the next spaceship ready. One more turn, I'll get a new colony. One more turn, I'll get that new unit ready. So it just goes on forever. But this is my European copy. I believe the US copy looked a little different. It has a different outer case, and I'm not sure if it uses this sliding design. Yes, 4X game from the makers of Civilization 2. If you want to summarize it, it's basically Civilization in space. Civilization 2 in space, I should say. And it's pretty funny because back in the original day, this did not come with a cover. So I printed one myself. Very nice design from back in the day. You see Massive Orion 2. There you go. I just printed out this on, my inkjet printer at the time. Yeah. Do you mean the cover art of the actual official game or my cover art? Because I think that, it's kind of a close competition there on which one's the better. Yeah, exactly. But then the actual game disc itself does have a little nicer design. And you'll see this on quite a few. It's got the reflective Orion too. The little number that's right there. I have one of those CD box things that you can flip open. And they came with like a little slider. You can pick out the CD and pick it up that way. So I numbered them so I can put them back in there correctly. So I haven't played MechWarrior 5. Yeah. That's true. They should make a new MechWarrior. I've seen it on the Xbox Game Pass for PC, so I'm thinking getting that again so I could play it, because then you can play that kind of game, without buying it, basically. Or at least trying it out, so. Are you sure, Chris? And then you're not reminding yourself that you sold all your games? You know you should just get a Saturn with a optical drive emulator now, and then you can just dump all the Saturn games on there. I think there's even good Saturn emulation now in RetroArch, so, you know. This is an old school, you know, strategy game, so it's got a manual that's not color, but there's one language in this, and this is, I mean, it's substantial. Let's see how many pages we're dealing with. Like 150 plus pages of just actual raw data about the game and how to play it. What each technology gives you and what each technology gets. We'll get into that game later, so. He wrote a letter on Word 97. My word, I gotta fire up Word 97 again. It's one of those things you have on every computer back then, because, you know, you have to have Office, but now when I do basic, like, spreadsheets or Word documents, I just use, you know, some cloud service like Google, and it's so easy to do that. But back then, you had to have full Office, and there's no choice, whether you paid for it or not. Anyway, we're gonna pop the CD in. I'd go in there. There we go. All right. Yeah, but I mean, so compared to, Chris, what would it cost you to buy a Saturn, a real Saturn, and buy back the games that you got rid of? Again, today, it will be, I mean, probably like $1,000 or more easily, right? A lot of those Saturn games have gotten so rare that I am fully supporting of the optical drive emulators, or ODEs, that have come out for some of the disc-based systems from mid-90s, like PS1, Saturn, and then Dreamcast. Because, I mean, yes, collecting is cool, but if you actually want to play the games, then I think those are really good value for what you get. We're going to see what the audio volume is on this game now, because that's always the kicker, isn't it? How loud is it going to be? Keep an eye on that meter. We got some glorious cutscenes. Yeah, I do have a Saturn hooked up. I did not have a... That's right, you get a nice little intro here. It should be okay here. I do have a Saturn hooked up. I never had one originally. And so I got it later, and then got a few games for it, and some accessories, thanks to Chris there. But I've only bought, like, I bought it before the retro craze kicked in, so at the time we bought the Saturn, it was like $50 from a local game shop here, refurbished and all that stuff. And I picked up just a few games, like 3 of them, but never really got into it because I didn't play Saturn originally, so I didn't have any connection with it, so it wasn't my primary focus of retro collecting at the time. Now those games are just, you know, ridiculously expensive, all the good ones. So that's where I see the appeal from my perspective. I don't have nostalgic feelings for the Saturn, but then being able to then basically play all the Saturn games via one of these ODE devices seems like an appealing thing to me. Because I do love emulation as well, and there is a beta core for the Mister for the Saturn as well, so it might come eventually, but it's kind of backburnered right now. Yeah, that's true. Welcome. The Master of Magic should have gotten a sequel. I think I have the... Yeah. There we go. I got that as well. I don't think I played this much more than like a shareware or demo version of it. Probably stream this sometime too. That really looks like Colonization, except magic. The general premise here now is that this is the sequel to Mu 1, Mu 2, as it were. Battle of the Antares. The Antarians are terrorizing the galaxy, and you have to show them as boss. You have multiple win scenarios in this game. One is just finding Antares. You can win by like economic victory and things like that. So we're going to do a new game. And I believe I played this game on this machine a few months back, and I just got started, and I know that I couldn't put it down for like a couple of days. I just kept playing and playing. This is the patched version. So if you haven't played Master of Orion 2, it's literally, yeah, Civ in space. If you're gonna just do a simple explanation, and it follows that same 4X. What someone can rhyme what 4X stands for. It's like exploration, extermination. It stands for 4 different X things anyway. I'm holding 3, but 4 different X things. And it's one of those games that you're managing an empire. So we are going to play on light difficulty because I am a chum on this stuff. I'm not very good at this game. Like most, it's weird because I keep saying this, like, I like playing games. I'm not good at most games. This game I'm fairly good at, but I never... Each round takes so long to play, each like full session, that to play this over and over and over and actually get really good at it, you're just playing this game and nothing else. Well, it's like Civ, you know, you could play that for days on end. And if you're just playing new campaigns over and over, you can play it for all eternity. So, where this game is a little hard, let's do easy. Excuse me. We'll do easy at least. Kick it up one notch, because if you go to the harder ones, average, hard, impossible. We'll do easy. The hard part of this game is the... I was going to say the beginning, where you're trying to build your basic empire. Some of these things dictate then, like a large galaxy takes longer to complete and has more things to find. So I might play with a large one just to get more space and expand. Because if you have a smaller galaxy, when you run into your opponents, they're going to like get right on with you right away. Very nice. Yeah, I figured they were an Exodus collection, because if it has 7,000 games, both of these has to be in. But does this run in DOS? I gotta look now, because I thought this was a Windows exclusive game, but maybe it does run in DOS. Yeah, you're right. MS-DOS 5.0 or higher also runs on Windows 95. I think I only ever played this on Windows 95, honestly. Huh. Yeah, Exodus is like the best thing ever, because I think I ended a stream the other day with going through, just scrolling through the Exodus collection, and it's overwhelming. Like, if you know what you're looking for, you can find it, but boy, there's so many games in there, it's just near ridiculous to keep track of it. You can just select a galaxy age, which kind of determines what sort of planets you run into. Organic rich is mostly just planets that are suitable for habitation, but less minerals. Mineral rich is the opposite then, just a lot of planets that are very mineable, but less habitable. Average splits the difference, so it's probably we'll go with. 5 players means that will be me and 4 CPUs. That's probably a good one to start with. I think that the technology is like where we're starting and what technology we begin with. And that kind of determines the length again. If you have all these things set to like the extreme, it's going to take even longer to play the game. We'll do average again. Tactical combat. The nice thing with this game is, like many of these 4X space games did, is that you actually have a grid-based overlay, and we'll see it when we get there, where you direct your ships in actual combat. I thought that was a really cool touch. And you also get to design your ships. Random events, just totally random things happen. And then Antaran's attack, we'll leave that on, because that threat of Antarans is cool. And they suck. Because when they come in the beginning, their technology is way better than yours, and you will just get steamrolled every single time. They'll just wreck whatever colony they attack, and then eventually you build up enough defenses you can ward them off. So we will accept that. Now we get to pick our race. So each of these races have their own pluses and minuses. They all have different like forms of government. You know, some are, you know, you have the humans here, for example. They're very charismatic and use democracy. Some, I think I usually play as the Cylons, because they're the biggest thing they have for them, and we'll get to that. But when you research stuff in this game, or science stuff, you get to select one technology from like 2 or 3 in that category. And with creative, you get all of them automatically, and that gives you a big leg up in the mid to end game on science. Otherwise, you have to trade and stuff. So Cylons is definitely my favorite, so that's for the first runner. Otherwise, you have a lot of them that are like, you know, they're strong in ground game, they're good at stealth. Let's see, these guys are good with ship offense, low gravity, good for trading. You can build your own custom race too, with just whatever portrait and everything. So maybe we'll build a custom race so we can have that creative. Mershan. Cats. They look like the Kilrathi from Wing Commander. There may or may not be a little bit of rum in my Diet Coke tonight, or Diet Pepsi. Let's see. We have a lot of different ones. But we'll build a custom race, because then you get to... Oh, never mind that. On Tutor and easy. We'll stick with the Cylons then for now. Nope. We are... There you go. It's a dictatorship. Come on. We'll do purple. So now generating the galaxy. Again, this is a fully supported game then in multiplayer with both hot seat gameplay and then also with regular multiplayer. So when you get into this game here, it's overwhelming on the amount of data this game presents. It does make sense after a while, but this is our entire galaxy that we can see, our main screen to move around on. We have a few things on the right-hand side here, like what year it is. Stardate 3500.0 and a quarter. I think Futurama was made fun of that one with the star dates. You have your, I think that's billion credits, probably the income of your empire. Right now, that's just one planet. We have our starship capacity, which gives us like the command and control how many starships we can have, and we need to expand that by building new star bases and things like that. Our food production is 0 now. Our ships, and then our research. So right now we have none here. We have a lot of different, and this is a turn-based game, to clarify that. There's no real time in this game at all. It's all turn-based. So you can take your time and look around. These are all the stars in the star map that you can eventually visit then. And these are unexplored, so I don't know what's in there. There's then 4 other players in here, and like most of these games, it'll be slow in the beginning, and we'll work our way up towards it. So, I mean, yeah, it's settlers in space, basically, but if you play Civilization, many of these things are familiar, except that there's no like overworld map in the same way that Civ or Colonization has. You can go to quick menus, which shows you your colonies. In this case, we have one colony only. You can assign different workers to do different functions. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, most of the Civ games have this as well. So you can basically focus on certain production. If I move farmers away, well, see the food went to -4. We are them not producing enough food, and our population will actually starve and reduce. This is a mineral abundant that's very good, because that gives you a lot of production from low workers. So there's a lot of strategy involved in that. We can go into our colony. So we have one more planet in here, which unfortunately is toxic. What you can do is, there's a difference between Mu 1 and Mu 2. You can have multiple planets per star system. Mu 1, if I remember right, can only have 1 planet per star system. So there was a big upgrade here. But you kind of have the luck of the draw on which planets are available in each star system, and that will determine kind of your expansion rate, what you find in the beginning. Just like in Civ, if you find you know, a good fertile place in the beginning, that'll give you a big leg up on production. Our only other planet in this star system, unfortunately, is toxic and a 4 population, so it's very small, but it is rich. So it will be very slow to settle that planet, but eventually it will give us a good mineral production here, probably. So this is our colony screen that shows each colony, and there's a few things here. This is a lot of like details up front, so we'll get into the groove of the game, but it's kind of a primer on how this game works. You would see our buildings here, and this is actually, as you build buildings, they show up here. You can see your planet defense. You can see your assignment of what your workers are doing, basically. So right now, I believe we're just producing trade goods or housing. Housing converts the production into growth, which is what we want. So each turn, then the excess production gets turned into growth of the colony. We want to grow the colony, some more settlers, and more things to do. Yeah, there's a lot to keep track of in the beginning here. I'm not sure if there's any music here. Let me check the menu. Game. It's very like soothing space music, so stick with that. But I can see at least triggering now, even though the music is very low. It's a very quiet game, so maybe I'll turn it up just a smidge here. So you can hear the very new age space music here. It adds to the it's weird because this music reminds me of spending way too many hours at night just playing this game, because that's all you heard. So the other thing we have is also our little fleet here, which contains a few things. It has a couple of scouts, and we're going to select that now. And so what we can do is then we have our fleet that can have multiple ships in here. And right now it just contains scouts and then a colony ship. And the colony ship is used to settle a new planet. But we don't want to settle the planet we have there yet. And it's kind of that balance like most of these 4X games have. Do you expand quickly, which you kind of have to in the beginning to get production going? Or do you stick with just building up what you have? Where I struggle in these games is balancing the military production to create a defense together with expanding your empire. So first off, what we're going to do is send off our scouts. So that scout's going to go there. That scout is going to go, let's see, we'll go to our red planet. And I guess we'll send our colony ship over here, just so we're sending it out. I don't know sure which one of these will settle, but the colony ship is like the settler in Civilization. So what we need to do now is select our research. We have no research selected. And now you get bombarded with text again. So they have different areas of things you can research. It's all in the manual. I could have sworn this came with like a fold-out map that had the tech tree, but I don't have it anymore. And but maybe it didn't. I'm not sure. But it's kind of got the typical balance in these games where you can focus on science for the sake of science, meaning advancing your technologies, focusing on growth, which is kind of what you want to do in the beginning. Starship drives to go faster, and like things to protect yourself. So let's take a look at, I think we're going to do things that that we can do first is probably do astrobiology, because some of these things, and here's where the cool thing with the creative, I say perk on these games. Perk is probably the best way to describe it, because each race can have a certain amount of points assigned to them, and the perk here is that these are categories. Normally without the creative one, you pick one of these, and that's all you get. So the idea is that you have some technology and you trade that. So I think that in multiplayer, that would be fantastic to have no creative races, because then you have to trade technologies. I like cheating, so I like running with creative because it gives you all the technologies. So what we're going to do first probably is focus on things that let my colonies grow, which is astrobiology. Cost 80 research points, and that's based then on how many research points I produce. So we'll pick that. 9 turns, we're producing about 14 research points per turn. In the beginning here now, there will be much that will be happening because we'll just be exploring, and it's going to be like most of these 4X games, we're getting next in the beginning. You can get quick access to your entire colonies to kind of see what's going on. There's a planet here that's not touched. You can send a colony ship to that then, pushing here. Kind of give you an idea of what planets you have discovered and can see. Your fleets will show you your different fleets. Now our fleet has been split into 3, so there's nothing to do there yet. We have our leaders, which we don't have any yet. You can have a colony leader, which gives you bonuses to your colony that they're assigned to, or ship officer, giving you bonuses to the fleet. The races shows you the diplomacy, but we have no one yet. We can send spies towards them. We can declare war. It's a pretty basic diplomacy system. And then info gives you just an overview of everything you have so far. So it's a lot of data. Once you get in the groove of it, you just get sunk in. So that's a lot of fast talking, so hopefully it makes sense. So right now, we selected our turn. We have nothing else to do right now, and that's it. I can't even build any ships yet, I believe. Because the one thing I want to try and do, which I don't do very good in these other games, is... Okay, so we can build ships here. Is I don't spend a lot of time in the beginning building defenses, and that kind of ends up hurting me in the mid-game. Because you focus a lot on expansion, and then whenever the Antarans attack or another race decides to attack you, you have nothing. And that's my Achilles heel in these games. So if I ever play this in multiplayer and you happen to play against me, I guess just go in fast and hard and I'll probably die. So there are multiple types of ships you can buy or build. Colony base sends a colony to the same star system, so you don't have to build a colony ship. Declare war on everyone. That usually means you die very quickly. Because if you go up against a superior force, and the CPU has no qualms about building a large fleet in the beginning, so if you're okay like brokering peace and stuff, you can then kind of overtake them, because if you focus all your energy on building ships, then of course you're not advancing your empire. There's different ships we can build for different purposes, but we're not going to do that yet. But I might build another... Yeah, maybe we'll build an escort ship. And we'll add housing after that. We should get the other thing completed before then, but I feel I want a little more ships, so... Got a few more people on, but if you happen to be joining us late, I always like saying that after a little bit of starting, we're playing Mu 2, Master of Orion 2, a Civilization 2-like game in space. Space. Alright, scouts arrive at the Thog system, so they've arrived now. Space debris, valuable remnants of a ship wreckage, are found orbiting one of the planets, and has already been quickly converted to 50 billion credits. Sweet. And that is a very poor system. There's only one planet. That's 4, and it's toxic. We should not settle there yet until we have built better stuff. So your range is dictated by your star drives, and I don't think I have much to offer here now. So we will fly here to join with our colony ship. Hopefully one of the other worlds or star systems have more stuff in it, because that is a very poor expansion option. You can expand to that, but a colony that is so small, and that determines the max population. I think the number is like millions of colonists. If you can only grow to 4, and there's a way to expand in the much down the line, and you can terraform planets much further down the line. But in the beginning, if you don't find other planets that decently habitable to begin with, you're going to have a very slow start. You can focus on your primary colony to kind of expand it, but yeah. So I have talked a lot now. So what do you guys, do you have any favorite 4X games? Civilization, Colonization, any of these kind of games that you enjoy playing or did play? Well, Brian, if you're on, you probably played Moo. I know a lot. Ooh, let's see. We have another Radiated. That's not a great planet either, but, I mean, that may be our only choice. The Radiated one has a negative on population growth. It is abundant. We do have a desert planet, which is a little better. I think the desert is better than Radiated. Radiated gives you a big negative on the population growth. Desert is just slow growth, but not a good choice either. Ooh. Scouts arrive at the Ton system. Gold deposits. Gold can be valuable because you can trade it or use it as a kind of a luxury commodity. One of the planets in the system contains extensive gold deposits and will generate +5 BC per turn once a colony has been established on the planet. Wow. These are really crummy starting worlds here. I have to decide which one's the least bad. So our original planet is good. So what we'll probably do is build a colony outpost so we can expand on that planet. That doesn't require a colony ship, but we should establish a new... Excuse me. We should establish a new colony pretty much right away. Because that is not good. Do I want to... Yes, your royal advisor. The first thing you did was declare war on everyone. If you haven't played Civilization 2, it's a treat because the advisors you have... They're your little animated guys, and they're like actual film characters. And you have like your science advisor, and you have your... I don't even know all the different guys, but one is like Elvis. Like, literally Elvis. And it's funny, because he comes up with the most ridiculous, like, suggestions. You'll have all of them like, we should build more military units, we should expand more. Oh, I think we should increase the luxury tax. And then the other guys say, I disagree, I disagree, I disagree. And I don't know how they managed to cram that in there, but it's pretty hilarious. There are no advisors in here, so I guess you're nominated, Ozzy, but I may or may not take your advice. We'll see. We have a frigate here. So that might be a good one to start on. Radiated one is horrible. It's poor. It does have the gold deposits. That would give us a boost to the economy right away. I don't think I can fly anywhere else right now. You must construct additional pylons. I should play StarCraft again. My goodness, I play that so much. It was one of those games that was being played in the computer labs in high school after school was over. And everyone was practicing, and it was the time when everyone was getting into StarCraft big time. So yeah, not a good selection to start here off. And here's Cap. We'll say hi to Cap. Let go. We need to clip her nails. Cap. Okay. Let's see. We're faced with some tough choices right away, but we're gonna work through this here. This game is a long haul game, if you will. You're not supposed to burn through this quickly. It's very rarely a session goes quick on this one. So where is our colony ship now? It is orbiting Lynx. So we have... Let's do this. We can look at planets. It will tell us kind of what we have to deal with. So you can see kind of an overview then. So Lynx 1 has... Gravity is normal. So here's the thing too. To get creative in this... to get that trait or perk of being creative, you have to kind of outbalance that with some other stat that kind of lowered. And in this case here, we have... our Mentat, our primary world, is a low gravity. So going to a normal or heavy gravity or high gravity world will actually give us a negative in production because they're not used to that gravity. So the problem with these worlds is that they produce 0 food, meaning that until we get some like hydroponic farms that produce food regardless of the climate, we would basically be negatively taxing our original world, which would be really bad. So we may have to start with Lynx 4 to just get food production there. It's not great. We can then build on Tond. See, it's at least the minerals are abundant. It's only 4 max population. These are just not good starter worlds at all. But until we get better star drives, we can't really go anywhere. So we're probably gonna... There we go. Colony ship was course late for Lynx. ETA 0 turns. So that's the place it was already in. So next turn it will establish... Oh, colonized planet. So there's Lynx, irradiated, and there's desert. So then, again, irradiated produces 0 food. Desert does produce food. There's tundra as well and things like that. They give you like 1 or 2 food. It's very rare to find those like golden paradise worlds, unless you do the rich organic galaxy. I should play Stellaris. I've heard really good things about it. I did play Eternal Space 1. That was really good. There's a lot of these 4X games that have been good throughout the ages, but Master of Orion 2 is just that perfect convergence of the technology of the era and the style of game, coming off, you know, the high of Civ 2. So we're going to colonize here, and it'll give us an overview here. We have a maintenance penalty because of the desert, so it costs more to maintain stuff here. But it does produce food, and that's the important part, because otherwise we would be taxing our primary colony right away, and that's not a good start. Our goal is to grow all the colonies to maximum size as fast as we can, basically. There we go, now we'll land on the colony here. Ta-da! Nice. You can look in the thumbnail, I'm not sure, because I have behind me here, what did I have? Kind of a strategy section, I guess. So there's quite a few in there. I just kind of held up my hand, of course, with the one. There's several other games on the list here that I want to play. Should play an RTS at some point too. Maybe like Dark Reign 2 because it's so weird. But Imperium Galactica 1 and 2, I love those games. They're kind of the expansion of this sort of game style, except they also add a story and kind of like. That series died out. I think they had the Nexus Jupiter incident was kind of the spiritual successor, but the Imperium Galactica ended up in licensing hell and never came out of it, so... Yeah, there's that. You're right. That's right, Ted. I look at, like, around me now here, behind the shelf. You know, I have 200 plus box games. Then Exodus, 7,000 games. The Mister's got thousands of games on it. Oh my goodness. When you say the latest move, which one is that? Because I know move 3. Is there a newer one? Did they release a newer one? I think they did, right? You may have to correct me there, but I know that Master of Orion 3 came out, and it was universally panned for being not very good. Kind of a dumbed-down version of this. There we go. Now we have that. But I could have... Did a newer one come out? You may have to fill me in on that one in that case. So, we can't really do much right now. In the beginning, you're just... Ooh, I can't go here. Alright, so that's good. The colony ship probably just can't get there. So, this scout can actually move around further. So, that helps us scout out stuff later. Now we have a starbase here, or not a starbase, but a planet here. Colony, so we can move along further. And that's what happened, I guess, so... I'm smart. Take a drink. So, agricultural colony of Lynx 4. I always like that in Star Trek when they always had, like, you know, here we have a planet, name for each planet, but there's too many out in there. It's always, you know, blah blah 4 and blah blah 6 and whatever. That's how they... Well, I guess if you could travel to an unlimited amount of planets, you get tired of naming them eventually, I suppose. So, right now we're not building anything here. We can build Starbase. You see here, the production is so low. 10,000 turns. Oh, really? I'll check that out. Have you played it, or is it any good? Or 2016? I just have some vague memory of seeing it, but I certainly didn't play it. Because I know that there were so many other... I think I probably was playing Eternal Space at that time. I really liked that. It was really good. I said at this point, if I started a new one now, it would probably be Stellaris, because there's like 6 expansion packs or more for that, and I heard really nothing but good things for it. So we can't really build much here until our population or do something. So we're going to build housing for starters to grow our population. Because right now what's happening is that all the population is used for food production, so they don't starve. Of course, they're not happy here now. That's to be expected, because they live on a desert planet. So, you know, it's a cool view, but the fact you can see space here, I guess there is an atmosphere, I think, but just one little house. So let's take a look and see what our ship production is going. 4 turns. So I'd like to get a couple of ships out, and then we'll get the Astro Biology Lab here. We'll move it along now, because now it's just kind of going slow here. We're going to explore a little more and see what else we have. So this is that guy. So this is the Scout. Didn't I have a... I could have sworn I had a 3rd ship, but I guess not. Oh, I guess not. Alright, that's why we're building the other ships. So we have a little more stronger defense, and in the beginning your ships are very weak, and you get... Oh, my goodness. That's a horrible system, too. It's just a gas giant. You can't do anything here. Oh, yeah. Very nice. I miss having a fireplace sometimes. We have an electric one, which kind of gives you the faux feeling, but nothing quite beats the real one. My parents have one in their house, and it's fantastically comfy in the winter. Well, that system is a total and utter bust. There's nothing to do there. Thog. There's nothing else we can do here. I guess we'll go back here. And you get to kind of... You want a big... like a strong fleet. That's kind of your core one, but you can have exploratory fleets flying around and exploring. But you do want... Cat hair everywhere. You do want that strong fleet to guarantee you can protect yourself. Goodness, pressure. Alright, here's our first research success. And a little alien guy. I should say, it's a little funny. I remember reading the PC Gamer review of this when it came out, and the human researcher looks almost exactly like Sean Connery. They said, like, sexiest man alive is your researcher. Biospheres enables a colony to better control environmental conditions, allowing colonization of the more intolerable areas of the planet. Maximum planetary population is increased by plus 2 million. Very useful for our smaller planets. Next is hydroponic farms. So if I didn't have creative, I only get one of these. And it's a hard sell, because both of these are extremely useful for growth, and some of the first ones I build in general. Hydroponic farms, an automated, sealed environment in which food can be grown, even on lifeless worlds. It increases the food output of a world by plus 2 food. So you can colonize a 0 planet that has 0 food, but then actually build that, and that helps a lot. Throw the cat around. So we can continue building in the growth and cloning center, exactly like it sounds like. Soil enrichment is great. We may need to get some better... Can you right-click? So that increases ship's combat speed... Fusion drive is helpful. Capable of faster and light travel, moving a ship 3 parsecs a turn. All ships' drives are automatically upgraded. So that would be a good one, but it would take a little longer to research. These are for ship combat. We don't need those yet. We do need to grow. So I'm going to go for the fusion drive, which gives us those things too. And again, ultra rich. That's a very good planet for minerals, but well, I'm just horrible. Goodness, how much are you shedding, cat? I brush you every day. Probably just, I have, 5 lights shining on me right now, so I just see it, I guess. This is very poor luck here with the planets. So let's go to our Mentat 2, sorry, and see. We're building housing now. We can build the biospheres, which will help us grow. We'll probably do a hydroponic farm. We don't need to expand the size of the colony yet, because it's not maxed out. It's 8 out of 12. That will give us then 14 million, which will help a lot with the expansion here. Let's see how much food we're producing, because I may want to reallocate it. This is a better one to look at here. So right now we have food plus 0, so if I take 1, yeah, minus 2. Each colony is self-sustaining right now, but nothing. Yes, they will praise you. If you're a dictatorship, which this actually is, you can change that, I think, later too, maybe, but they do like it, so. Alright, we will leave this fleet here. You can't go anywhere, so until we get our research, we can't really travel any further, which at some point we're going to run into more people. And yes, in the beginning, it is probably best to stick with being nice to your neighbors, as it were. But, so each of these are a certain distance parsec from my colony, right? So Lynx is, there we go, they're flying there. And then they have 3 parsecs that can go. Yeah, thanks for, I've been tweaking and tuning and everything, so a quick rundown then. We're at the P100, oh sorry, I keep saying P100, P166, going through a KVM switcher between 3 other computers to a CRT monitor. That's also split out through VGA to a converter to HDMI being captured. And then I bought another capture little, one of those, like, you've probably seen it, it's a USB capture stick. It was under 20 bucks. But that's what's capturing the video right now. on my new camera, my new full-size camera. And it's kind of like a Elgato Cam Link, except it's 20 bucks. But it works just as well. So, and all this hooked up and everything. So, and then lights everywhere. But I think finally got to the spot now where I can just hop on and stream without spending hours setting up things. So, all for you, my loyal viewers, except you, Aussie, because you commit war crimes apparently. Alright, we're just waiting for things to happen now. With 23 turns, we're not producing a lot, so we do need our colonies to grow. So in the beginning, it's just going to be a lot of pressing that turn button. Alright, Commander Tyrannus is Sakara Arsman. This is a fleet commander. He offers to join for 70 with 1 BC a turn. I don't think we need one of these guys right now. Is that how you actually look, like this guy here? Because maybe that's you trying to join here. He does look pretty war crimey. We're not going to hire him right now because we don't need that for fleet. So this gives you extra bonus points. Yeah, okay. You can actually right-click about anything and it explains it. So, Commander Tyrannus, the Sakara Armsman, increases the combat strength of a ship's marines by 2 when boarded by enemy marines. Intergalactic criminal. So we're going to reject it. He will wait. Then in the lounge, I guess, you can have up to 4. He's going to stay there for 30 turns. You can assign him to a fleet, and I don't need that right now. It's just I'm not in combat yet. We're still building our colonies. So we're just going to wait. How much do we have left on this guy? 7 turns. This is housing 38,000 growth per turn. It's a slow-growing colony. What you can do is you can build a freight ship so that if your one colony is producing a lot of food, then the other ones can you can transfer that food to help other colonies grow. This is not a fast game. I'll just warn right away. There's a lot of waiting. There, we have a surplus of food right now, so we might be able to take. So that population grew here, not enough to take a worker off the food, but then it grew to 9, which increased our income, our food production. But if you don't have those freighters, even if one planet is producing a lot more food, you can't freight it anywhere else. So then that doesn't help you. So, and we're just waiting for turns. Turns. We're getting a lot of money. Yeah, do play this. This is a fantastically solid game from this category. It's just really, really good, and it sucks you in because it has absolutely that one more turn. And I've gone through, we haven't gone to ship combat yet or ship designing. Beyond that, I've gone through every basic system in this game. You've seen everything. Now we just keep building on this with different, strategies and different things you can do or not do. But there's nothing else like majorly coming up here now yet. So what we probably should do now is we don't want to build. So when you build a colony base or colony ship, you take 1 million from the population. So right now, we probably want to keep expanding the colony to get more population. We don't have anything else to build right now. So we do have this ship here that can help us protect a little bit. We should probably build a bigger ship here soon. What you can do as well is you can retrofit the ships for a cost. You put them in a shipyard and then just use new technology or upgrade them. And you get to design all your ships later on too. So you can look. Yeah, no freighters to scrap. This is your command summary that shows you. The command points, 1 from Starbase, 5 starting. So that tells you, yeah, I run out of these points eventually then if I build too many ships. You can't control them, basically. But yeah, if you like this type of game, I highly recommend Master of Orion 2 specifically. It's just so good. I don't know how many hundreds of hours I lost in this game. Like I said, I was just testing this machine a few months back, and I spent like the next 3 days finishing that campaign because I kept just building momentum. I gotta finish it. I gotta finish it. Let's see, we're waiting for a research, which unfortunately is so far out, but that will help us get further out. Cat, don't bite me. I was petting her in the wrong spot, apparently. Now it's time to get down. So much fur. Let's see, our Lynx colony, I think we can look and see how fast it's growing, how long it will take to grow here somewhere. It's plus 38k, so it has to get to 2 million there before we get anything more. There's not much else we can do with this one yet because it's just so small. If we build a hydroponic farm, since no one is working production right now, it would take 10,000 turns. And you can buy it, but that costs a lot. So if I were to do this, buy. So okay, I'm getting close to being able to buy the hydroponic farm. That would be very useful because then I can get much faster food production right away. So I'll probably do that once I get a little more cash. to expand that. You can also do trade goods to convert your extra production to cash. But right now, there's not much we can do. We have +3 food, though, so did this colony grow again? Can I take one off now? Yes, there we go. We're going to smack this guy on research, because we want to increase our research in the beginning to get more technology. I'm not sure that did much, but 14 to 21. Okay, so that's actually quite a big difference. So the research point is simply to get a technology, it costs X resource points, and you're generating Y research points per turn, and that gets you there, basically. So not a lot to do in the beginning here. We're just waiting to grow. Let's see if I can now buy the hydroponic farm here. That will cost me a lot of cash, but I think it'll be worth it. 240, yep, so that pretty much drains me, but that means that they can now produce food without using the worker, which means I can retask the worker onto production, which will help me overall. So, finish construction, hydroponic farm. There we go. So now I can take this guy off production, or put him on production. I can actually do something here. So housing, probably want to grow this colony a little more. We'll do housing here. So now, again, they're producing food without me using a worker for it, which is perfect. The surplus food is not stored, so that doesn't help you really anyway. So yeah, I'm -1 freighter, so I could get 0 there, but this colony would starve. We could build a freighter fleet. Yeah. You can also transfer population, which can be very useful. So we're going to build a freighter fleet. What the population transfer does is that if you build a new colony, you can then send 1 million people, just pack up and go, to a new colony to kind of jumpstart the development, which is very useful on really crummy worlds, which we have an abundance of apparently. So we're just going to keep clicking. We see our percentage of the research is increasing here. We're getting close to being done, and that will help our ships go further. So just a lot of this in the beginning. I don't need this. I need a colony management specialist, because sometimes they give you food bonuses, production bonuses. Very useful in the beginning. I don't need anyone for my fleet right now. Breakthrough. Alright. So we have augmented engines, increases ship's combat speed by +5. Fusion bomb, high-yield orbital bombardment device, engineered to destroy ground forces and colony installation, inflicting 4 to 24 points of damage. And then the kicker, fusion drive, capable of faster and light travel, moving a ship 3 parsecs a turn. All ship drives are automatically upgraded when this technology is discovered. Looks like a lightsaber, but it's ship drive. That will help us move further. The bombardment is you can actually bombard a colony to smithereens if you don't want to keep it. So we don't want to do this one again, because that's 900 points, take a long time. This would increase our growth. I think this is probably... that can go further then, so we'll probably do this. The deuterium fuel cells allows the ships to go further, but you have to build the ship with that technology, so there's that part. We're just going to knock out a lower one here, I think. Anti-missile rockets and stuff. It will take just a few turns. So now we should be able to go... Yep, there we go. Now we can go... No. No. They gave us a whole lot of nothing. Let me go here first. Let's see if I can go to the other places now. We'll leave that ship there. How are our colonies doing? It's a slow growth. It's one of those games that exponentially you get faster and faster in because you're growing your... well, empire, basically. And I want the Lynx one to grow. After the freighter fleet, we may build an on the other planet, because let's see what other planets we have available. Lynx 3 is radiated, 0 food. That's a large one. The gold deposit is probably as good as anything, because, I mean... oh my goodness. So ultra rich, that won't be a good one, because they produce a lot. So even though it's a small planet... the production here is fantastic, so if we can build a hydroponic farm there pretty early on, that will give us intent. Just feel like you're sitting behind me and going, good, good. Or the, what's it, the snake tongue or whatever from Lord of the Rings. So can you go any further now? Nope, that did not unlock anything. They're still too far away, unfortunately. So, where is that planet that's ultra rich? That's Servo, so that would expand us in that corner there. So I guess that's probably where we'll go next. Once the freighter fleet is done, we will do that. Build a colony ship, probably head up there. Breakthrough. Alright, we researched that. Anti-missile rockets can only target missiles. They have a maximum range of 15 squares and fire defensively against approaching missiles if not yet fired in that turn. The chance to score hit is 85% minus 5% per square distance. And that's part of the overlay of ship combat. Reinforced hull triples the structural integrity of a ship and provides more protection for the ship's drive system, tripling the amount of damage required to destroy it. Fighter base allows a ship to carry a group of 4 short-range fighters. They carry one beam weapon of the best type that can have a point defense modification, and can fire it 4 times before turning into a launch ship. Well, the orbital bombardment wasn't enough for you? So then you get into, I think that the automated factories are very useful. It increases production a lot, and that's very useful. Yeah, the fighters, and we'll get to that when we design our first ship. It can get really complicated there, but you can design your own ships, and then put in stuff into the ship, but it gets them more and more expensive to manufacture, so that takes longer and longer. But I think the automated factors will be very useful now, so we're going to throw our research in there and see slower point. So they built a freighter fleet, so we'll see now if we can build a colony ship or something. So let's see, what's the colony ship? 84 turns, that's just too much still. I don't think we can take people off food here because they'll starve. And minus 43,000. You'll see at the top right corner shows the population. And it shows the growth, and if I take them off food, they'll just starve. So that's not good yet, so we can't do that. I can maybe build one of the bigger ships. It's just too long, though. And we'll build maybe... So we can build a colony base, but it's not very good. Outpost lets you basically drop a star base in a system that... you can't be move population, so you just have like a little extra range expansion. So if you have a star system that's just awful, you can build an outpost ship and build an outpost there to get further range. So we could do that. But I feel like I always just screw myself over not building enough military. So I'm going to build a courier here as well. And what you can do is you can design this ship, which brings you to the ship design interface, which is just here's where all the data and stats and stuff go nuts, and you can deep dive into this to the nth degree. But you can see a little bit of the information here. You can look at the design, you can change it so it looks different. The space determines what can be on here. We have nuclear missiles. You can decide the damage they do, the arc, so where they can shoot. Yeah, this is just a spreadsheet of the game. And it shows you what drive they have, the shielding, stuff like that. I don't think we need to do that yet, and it's usually better to design a new ship. You can also refit a ship to say, like, you can change then the modification on it. There's no space on this guy because it's just a little escort ship, but it just goes nuts here. But it's not worth it yet because we... I was going to build a Courier 8. Because I don't have enough technology that makes it worth it yet, and technology is going to advance real quickly here pretty soon. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Colonies. Housing. That is growing. Population is 2 out of 4, plus 70,000. It's going to have to go quite a while before it gets to 3 million. But at least they are producing stuff now. What does a biosphere cost? 21 turns. Yeah, it's just better to grow the colony. A little bummer here now that we are so locked. What I could do is do this, which gives us a lot of extra food. +1, never mind. Could do this, down the research a little bit, and then switch this. That would give me that quicker. The colony ship then is 72 turns. That doesn't make any sense. 56 turns. Wow. The colony ships are really, really expensive to build, so I think we're just going to have to wait a little longer and let our colonies grow. And then, maybe build an outpost or something to get further range, because there's not much happening right now. I don't have much places to grow. Unfortunately, I just had such a bad luck of the draw with the planets. Because I would like to establish another colony. Keep ending our turns, and hopefully no one comes and ambushes us. That's why I'm building at least one more ship. It's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to just beat everyone away, but... Automated factories. 8 industry workers in their building of finished products. Generates 5 production and increases the production each worker generates by +1. Very good to have. Heavy armor. Heavy armor negates armor-piercing effects and reinforces the armor of a ship, tripling the amount of damage the armor can absorb. Planetary missile base. There you go, Oz. Contains 300 space units. 300 space units of your best missiles with unlimited ammo. If someone invades the planet, you actually get to see the planet on one side of the screen, and you get to fire back. So, next probably will have to be this one. It's going to take longer. But I think we need this. It will help the planets grow. So we will do that. 20 turns, that's worth it. Let's see where we were now. We're getting that. We have food. We have freighters. We'll have to colonize this here. I'm gonna... There's volume in the game too, I think, but... You can hear that. At least a little click there. Very mellow game. Oh yeah, we really got screwed here, because if you start them with another planet that's good in the beginning, that you can expand to, I mean, you'll grow really fast, but here we're just not great. Did we build the hydroponic farms on here? Because that's probably a worthwhile investment. Well, we can build automated factories for sure. We will have to build the biosphere soon too, so we'll add the automated factory after this, so that we can get bigger production. Out here. That'll help our planets grow here by themselves, because you don't have to assign workers then for the same production, and the workers you do assign gets a faster production. But yeah, I don't have many options right now, because all the planets that we have are just... Nice. Cookies are good. You're kind of live and die by how many planets you have, and I can't really do much right now. Send my scouts back here. Yeah, I was hoping at least one other planet that would be decent around here, but they are just, like, horrible. So we'll just wait for something else to happen. Burning through the turns. First on a new ship, the Courier 8. Next in queue was Automated Factory. Thank you, sir. Now we have 2 ships, and our command points drop a little bit because we need more star bases to build a bigger fleet. But at least I got my fleet fairly maxed out here now. Can't build one more thing, but how's this? Oh, this colony grew finally. So let's see. Let's go back to the colony. This is a better overview. Can we take one person off food production here now? Yes, we can. Fantastic. Can we take both of them off? Yes, we can. Will they grow if I do that? Yeah, they still will. Population is 3 out of 4. It's plus 63, so now we can probably build something that's actually useful here. Colony base, 41 turns. So we will build a automated factory and then a biosphere that allows the planet to produce more, and then it will be able to grow at a higher rate as it gets higher. The automated factory... Beyond and I were just waiting. We're using one freighter for ferrying food between the two here now, because basically the freighters allow you to kind of null out your food across the entire empire, versus keeping food production up on each one. Yeah, there's not a lot happening in the beginning. Really got screwed over in the beginning there now. Hopefully we'll pick up here soon, but it's a slow game. Cloning Center allows doctors to replace failing or damaged organs, increasing the population growth by plus 100,000 each turn as long as the current population is below the planetary maximum. Very useful. Death Spores. Engineering viruses that attack organic life forms introduced by orbital bombardment. Each launch has a 10% chance to kill 1 million colonists. Use of biological weapons incurs a major diplomatic penalty with all other races. Oops. Soil enrichment. Using nanomachines, planetary soil can be molecularly enriched and fertilized, increasing the food a farmer can harvest by +1. Soil enrichment will not work in barren, radiator toxic planets. Yes, if you use the death spores, the rest of the galactic community does not like that. You have a dog and you have cookies? Yeah, that's pretty much the guarantee there. Let's see. We probably want to pick up one of the lower ones. The thing is that there is an entire tech tree, right, that it can grow and expand into. So you kind of want to get the basic ones out of the way too. I think Research Lab is a good one. So we'll do this one now. 150 points. We should be able to get that pretty quickly in 9 turns. Okay, so we are focusing on production here now, so we can get these planets up and going faster. That's 11 out of 12, so this planet is about to max out. Don't think I can do food here yet, no. But at some point here I'll probably have to move more people around. Research is important, even though you know, you kind of got to balance all of it, right? I don't want Captain Tyrannus. Thank you. I don't want Captain Tyrannus. I need a manager for the planets. That would be very helpful because they produce extra production or food or whatever it might be, and those bonuses can be really helpful. I did not play Spore, actually. I wasn't hyped for it. I was excited about it before it came out, but then I know it was kind of like a crash and burn thing, and everyone kind of hated it because of the DRM that was on it. That was just awful, right? You are tuned to GNN, your source for all the news you need to know. Yes, there's a GNN, or Galactic News Network. A beast that exists partially in hyperspace has appeared. It is feared that it will randomly destroy ships in hyperspace for an indefinite period of time. Oh, neat. Meaning, if you travel, a ship might just blow up. So that's the random event. We probably want to avoid hyperdrive travel now if we can. We have nowhere to go, so that's fine. Yeah, that's where our GOG is. The hyperbase beast still lurks. Where GOG is so nice, so when you buy the game, you can move it around. There's no DRM on it. Okay, so they built the automated factory, which is good. We will build a biosphere, which will help us. And then the soil enrichment, which also will help us expand. Colony base is getting pretty low. I think we'll just have to expand that other colony that's in here. And since you don't have any, you know, the food or the workers produce just waste eventually too. So you gotta deal with that. That reduces happiness. You can recycle that and get better stuff like that later. Breakthrough. Alright, now we're getting research going, rolling. Alright. Dauntless Guidance System provides friend or foe recognition guidance to missiles and torpedoes. They will retarget the nearest enemy ship if their first target is destroyed. Optronic Computer direct all starship weapon fire, adding +50 to the chance to hit. Bonus is lost if the computer is destroyed. Yes, your parts of your ship can be destroyed, so. But this is what I wanted. Research Laboratory houses state-of-the-art computer equipment, creating a superior research environment. Generates 5 research points and increases the research each scientist produces by +5. You still have Steam offline? Wow. Yeah, I think I tried to install Half-Life 2 on the Steam thing, but then it wouldn't even run anything. Like, I was trying to load it on the shuttle machine, so I could use Half-Life 2 as a demo for the video. But as soon as I installed it required me to sign in, and it wouldn't do anything. So, if you have any tips on, like, getting Steam to launch offline, that would be helpful, unless you have to have checked in at some point. At that point, I'm kind of screwed, so. Looking at some of the lower ones here now. These will take a long time. We'll just do the fusion physics, get the beam rifle. Links for fitness construction automated factories. Next in queue is biospheres. Excellent. Picking up a little bit of steam here now. Biosphere. So their production now should be increased dramatically. It also allows them to produce waste. Vista, yeah, that's a cool thing. It's fun. I should really revisit Vista in a retro capacity, because yes, my machine was not really powerful enough to run Vista well. I think was the case for most of us when it came out, but I'm kind of curious how it is now. Bioshock is very good. Mentar 2 finished construction biospheres. Next is soil enrichment. So now Mentar 2 can actually grow to a larger population, +2. That will help us get a larger empire. But yeah, after the soil enrichment, I think I might expand to that planet that's there. Can I go any further now? Each ship has different drives to different sizes, and they can go different distances. I played Bioshock on Xbox 360, I think, not on PC. I think I started on PC a couple of times, so I got most of the way through on 360. I don't think I finished it. And on my MO. Biosphere completed. Hyperspace Beast still works. I should now travel anywhere. So they have Biosphere, so now they can grow. We can do soil enrichment. Cloning Center would increase the growth. So this is, it's not barren, it's desert, so we should be able to build soil enrichment, yeah. Yeah, we'll increase soil enrichment, because that will make this planet be able to harvest more stuff, so that's probably pretty useful. But we really need to expand our colony here now, because we're low on space in general. That's the problem now, so our primary colony is kind of tied up, right? So, Fusion Beam projects a tetrium stream of charged particles, inflicting 2 to 6 points of damage. Modifications: heavy mount, continuous point, defense, enveloping. Fusion Rifle, a powerful handheld rifle that increases the combat rating of militia troops and armor by +10. The bonus is not cumulative with other rifles. Let's see, we have this. Integrates into starbases, battle stations, and star fortresses. Emits signals which penetrate hyperspace. Ships within 3 parsecs can receive your orders, increasing the command points of those bases by +1. Well, we focus a lot on growth now. Ion Drive. Okay, we are going to focus on Ion Drive because we need to find another colony. We'll take a lot of turns to get there, but I don't think we have a choice because we're really, I mean, landlocked here for what, you know, better or worse. You can call it that way. Commander Slith, the rebel pilot. No, I don't need anyone for my fleet. Can I get a colony manager? That would be just terrific. So we're producing less money right now because we're not focusing much on that. A lot of these things cost cash, so soul enrichment. That is good. It should increase our population growth considerably here. So now we don't need anything for there. Colony ship is still 42. That seems weird. But let's build a colony base so we can expand to that colony that's sitting here at least. Let's see if we can take anyone off the food production because we got a lot of food now. Yeah, there we go. Whammo. That should help a little bit. Can we drop any more? That's 0. So that planet grew now. So we're going to do that. We do have to consider pretty soon pushing more into research as well. If you're joining us late, figure I should do a spiel once in a while. We're playing a Master of Orion 2, or a Mu 2 as it were. A fantastic 4X game. Civilization 2 in space. Kinda. And I haven't run into anyone else, which leads me to believe that the medium size of galaxy, at least that there's a lot of buffer space, and there haven't been flying around yet, so. I like the news network, the galaxy's most watched information source. Today marked a major scientific breakthrough for the Dalek Empire when archaeologists uncovered the secret of mass driver in the wreckage of an ancient mysterious ship. Ooh. You can get free technology once in a while, and it tells you what the other races are doing. So they're done in solar enrichment in 1 turn. Hyperbase still lurks. Hyperspace Beast, wow. They're done with soul enrichment. We can build a colony base here. We have radiated. Let's see, food per farmer 0, industry per worker. You know what, let's build a colony base here. We need to grow our empire dramatically, and we're gonna have to start picking the, what we have. Colony base is quicker to build than a colony ship because you're just doing it in the same system. You are tuned to GNN. The threat of the hyperspace beast has ended. All space fleets may travel in hyperspace without fear once again. Yay. I like the random events. Like, it's more stressful maybe because they can really screw you over out of nothing, out of nowhere. But it has a nice little flavor to it, so. We are just waiting for colony bases right now. 6 turns. We're just flying through turns, so there's not much else I can do. Don't think I can go any further yet. So, no, I haven't played many World War II strategy games. I'm trying to think now. I do remember playing one of the Panzer Generals at some point. It's actually funny because the machine I'm playing now on is the equivalent of, you can watch the videos I made on this machine if you want, but the AST Advantage 8100p, which is pretty much equivalent to one I had in Europe, the 8112 Advantage. And I remember playing just demo discs, just pouring through demo discs, and I know for a fact I played one of the Panzer Generals. I had a friend who was really into military games, so I played some of those. I'm trying to think of any specific ones. That's World War II. I played a lot of the flight sims World War II. Pieces Over Europe is one of my favorites from back in the day. Really enjoyed that one. I do really enjoy these strategy games. It just takes so long to play them. The problem now, like Ted mentioned before, so many games, so little time. This one is still one that's worth going into. Maintenance penalty plus 50, hooray! So we're landing here now. Whatever, we have to expand. This colony will be very slow for a long time, but we don't have a choice. No farming, so we should build a hydroponic farm as soon as we can. Can I buy it? Yes, we can. that should kickstart that, and then you can transfer population if you wanted to. So they finished that. But I'm almost open to suggestions as well. I know there's so many of the general style. I saw there was a Star General too. I never played that, but it intrigued me. Ooh, we need to build a research lab. Now we have a lot of production here, which is helpful. Colony ship is still 32 turns. It takes a long time. Holy cow. Probably focus on military a little bit too and get some more ships out. We need to start a colony ship and get one rolling. Because this is going to be maxed out here soon. So we move one over to research. We need to focus on our research a little bit to get more technology. So the problem with that planet now is that there's no farming at all. They cannot produce their own food. So now they're pretty much just, screwed on what they can do. Biospheres would be good. Automated factory would help them produce more, so we'll probably start there. The growth is still happening. They do have food production now, so they will actually grow by themselves, which is useful. Otherwise, you see freighters are being used now to transport food around the Empire. We could do this and go 0 food there. That would be helpful, because you can't stockpile food, so it doesn't help you at all. So maybe we'll do that. Just maybe go even more in research here to try and get some more tech. As far as strategy, like military games, I played several of the Battle Isle games. And then I had Cossacks, European War, for a while too. And okay, cool, it's an Exodus. I figured as much. If it's a DOS game, it's going to be an Exodus. I mean, at this point, it's got to be very few exclusions. I mean, literally 7,000 games. And what I did for that one, Ted, I think I mentioned it before too, so my retro NAS that I have in my room behind here, I have an old Buffalo iNAS, and it's got a gigabit Ethernet on it, or maybe 100 megabit, doesn't matter. And what I did on that one is I just dumped the entire Exodus collection on there, and then not only is it reachable in from my modern machine, but it's also reachable from all my retro machines. So I pumped out 7-zip on a lot of them, so I can just copy any game over there and unzip it, and there you go. Off to the races. So we finished a research lab, next in queue is colony ship. So that's right. I should probably see if I can kickstart the colony ship to go faster. 31 turns, there we go. Because we have to expand so we can look and see what's out here, even if it's not going to be great. I could have built an outpost, I suppose. Let's see what planets we have, but I feel like I want to grow anyway. Maybe we should build an outpost ship instead, because this guy here is just terrible. But that's gold deposits. Dang it. Yeah, I'll probably want to expand to all these planets eventually anyway, so we'll just go with a colony ship. So we're not producing a lot of money right now, so that's something to keep in mind too. That depends on the things you have. So that's right. We'll be a colony base in Lynx, so we're going to build on this guy. And later on, you can convert asteroid belts into planets. So that helps a lot. So there we go. Now we're putting in some colonies. And it's nice to have all the games reachable and everything. And what I like about the Exodus collection is that it's kind of a curated, guaranteed collection. You're not going to find a game there that's like this weird cracked version or whatever. So I understand that they took true rips from real games for all the collection to make them clean, if you will. Alright, we are going to build a hydroponic farm. I don't think I have enough cash to buy this guy, so yeah. You're just going to have to keep trucking away on that one. Colony base is completed. What else can you build here? Oh, irradiated food, I think, just automatically you'll lose stuff. So, let's see, what do we have here? We have 5 out of 6 now. Don't have much else to build. We can build a research lab that generates automatic research, which is just good to have at this point. Commander, again, famous. Cost less, but... Oh, starvation. Lynx 4. I might be out of freighters now. No, I just don't have enough surplus food production, so... Alright, that's fine. That is what it is. Alright, well, it's our breakthrough now. I can't remember what we picked. Ion drive, capable of moving a ship 4 parsecs a turn. All ship drives are automatically upgraded. Ion Pulse Cannon fires a particle wave that overloads ship's systems and inflicts 2 to 14 points of damage, bypassing all armor and structure, completely ineffective against monsters and Antaran ships. We haven't seen Antarans yet. Shield capacitor. Increase the recharged rate of ship's shield by 70 plus of their maximum strengths. Alright, let's see what we get next now. We probably want to go one of these lower ones. And of course you could look at the tech tree to kind of see what you're going for, but you know, we're just kind of winging it. I've been focusing a lot on the expansion here now, and I'm hoping that I can broker peace. No thanks to you, Aussie. We will try not to, you know, get annihilated the first time we run into anyone else. But I have a feeling that they must be the same, that they can't really go anywhere either. Well, look at this. So the problem is that they're too far away. Go here. What are we building now? I can't remember. Okay, so they're all doing stuff. Hydroponic farm, research lab, automated factory, colony ship. Okay. We just need more colonies. That's what it comes down to. Finish construction, research lab. That will generate research by default without even putting people into research, so that's useful. Can't build that, so I might build on a starbase. These things will be useful for protection. Yeah, Marine barracks would be good. I think we have a negative. This is for a dictatorship. It's a negative for the planet, unless you put a military barrack there. Yeah, you know. One game I should stream as well at some point for sure is Star Wars Rebellion. This is basically this game that we're playing now, except in the Star Wars universe, and it's a really cool concept and idea, and it plays very, very similar. Had a lot of fun with this. I don't think it's as good as far as like a 4X game as this is. I think this is a better game, but it's really neat with a Star Wars universe. You can play as the Rebels or the Empire, and I remember playing as the Empire, and there's a couple of cool things you can do. Is you have to basically send out your heroes or leaders. In the case of Darth Vader, you can send him out on a mission, and he will keep a system happy, to say the least. And then you build a Death Star, and you can just destroy a system, and they all fall in line after that. So that's pretty fun. Breakthrough. Now we're picking up steam on the research here. Space Academy. Train ships crews adding 2 to their starting level. Ships stationed in the system gain 2 experience each turn, which is very useful to just build up your fleet. Deterring fuel cells. Scout lab. Generates research based on ships. There we go. Microorganisms used to create drugs increases the population growth rate by all planets by 25%. Yep, that will be very useful. So we're going to do that. We're looking at growth right now. Can we get administrator? Oh, that was administrator. Ah, that's exactly what I needed. Leaders, come back here. Where did you go? Aha! See, farming leader and labor leader, and tactics and commando. 90 to hire. Yes. That will help us produce more food, and then we can assign him to a colony. So which colony will be useful? So you can either look at the, in the sense that he can be placed on a colony that is the biggest one, or he can be placed on a colony that's struggling. But I think right now we should place him on here. That should increase our food production and our labor. So can we take a person off here now? No, we cannot. Producing a lot of waste. We don't have recycling centers yet. We'll get there, but see how this game just sucks you in? You're just like, I just want to get the next thing. Oh, we're into an alien race. What do we get? Ooh, hello. Greetings, Emperor Rick the Mighty. The Trilarian people pray for peace between us and the honorable Cylon people. Yes, I think we're gonna stick to peace for now. There they are. So I can now travel... Nope. 7 parsecs, that's the problem. I can only travel like 4. But we did run into someone else now. Then you have that to contend with. Can't go anywhere. Boy, yeah, this may be like one of the worst like starting areas I've seen in this game so far. So you're lucky. Good thing it happened on stream, right? Marine barracks. It behooves you to try the peace in the beginning, of course, before you get any kind of real military built up. See, you don't want to build a colony ship yet. The starbase will be useful. Yeah, we're gonna build a starbase here. I think we're gonna need it. Still making money, but not a lot. So, GNN. A major industrial accident on Trillar has radiated the entire planet. Oh my! The intense radiation level threatened to kill millions of civilians and Trillarian people. That's unfortunate for the other guy. Yeah, you're right, Brian. It's like if you want a short game, I realize I played the last one probably on a small one, but it gets so tight. It's probably more fun to play with less aliens and smaller galaxy, but we went forward on this one. War? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's very similar to Civ. You can have a good rapport, and you need to be nice with them, basically, to have diplomacy options open up. The more you get, the better diplomacy, too, because there are diplomacy options that open up depending on your buildings and technology as well. In the beginning, it's basically like, me, bad, you die, you know, Aussie style. But otherwise, there are other options as you get better at it, so... Perish the thought, yeah. So this has no food production at all, which is not great. But for now, maybe this planet can just build stuff. They have a lot of production for the amount of people living here. So yeah, that's the thing I forgot to mention too, that when you have an administrator, that goes for the whole system. So we're actually not making much money right now. Do we need to put more on the... So farming produces surplus, which gives you more food, so... Well, we do want to do research here, so maybe we can do +0, there you go. Alright, yep, we're just gonna have to kind of slog through here, building our stuff. Let's see, we have... the gold deposits on that seem very useful. Very poor production, but that money will be very useful. It's true piracy. Yeah, there's no piracy option in this one. You can't really... I mean, except there's just shooting down fleets, but... Alright, Director Kuna gains a level. Nice. Mentor Prime Fitness Construction Research Lab. That will help us. They have a little more people here now. Probably build a biosphere so they can grow into that. So marine barracks will be good too. But we'll build the biospheres for now so they can grow. Pretty small colony. What are you gonna do? If you guys haven't watched it, Modern Sci-Fi, I've been enjoying the new season of The Expanse greatly. I know a new episode dropped yesterday. The Great Silent Trillion come together for yet another important moment in history. It's the war. Trillion believes that a greater good would be served by signing a non-aggression pact. What do you say? Sorry, Ozzy. Yeah, that's true. Next, I should probably crank out some ships. I should probably redesign my ships with the most up-to-date technology I have and build at least one more ship. Yep, I am favoring. That's a little too real on recent rhetoric here now, so anyway. Okay, this planet is actually full now. So once we build the colony ship, yes, we'll build some more... we need that new starbase too, because we're running out of command options on those ships. And we can also retrofit a ship. That means that it's going to sit in the space dock for a while too, so we got to be careful with that. GNN, let's see what happened now. Come on. Due to overworking by Trillian mines, the mineral classification of Osai colony was lowered to rich. Wow, the Trillian's getting screwed over. I see why they want to go in a non-aggression pact. Boy, it is just like trying to entice me right for the taking, right? Colony ship, 1 turn, good. The starbase will give us more command units, but we will probably start cranking out another ship here then at the main colony. Colony ship and biospheres, fantastic. So let's see, we'll probably need to design... let's do cancel. No auto build. Dang it, we don't do that. So the fighter, we'll do a Corvette. Welcome back, Chris. We're going to design the Corvette. Change the design to something cooler. There, sure, why not? So now we can... Nuclear missile. What other missiles do we have? Yeah, see, this gets just nuts. So we don't have any better missiles right now. Aggression promise. Yeah, there you go. Laser cannons. I think we got better... Yeah, we got ion pulse cannon. We got fusion beam. So let's switch over to fusion beam. Can we? Oh no. The game froze. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know if there's an autosave in this game. It literally froze. The computer is frozen. I hear the sound. You can probably hear the humming. Numlock's not responding. It's patch 1.2, this is the latest patch. That'd be amazing if there's no autosave. I'm not sure there is. Cool. I have never seen this game freeze. Literally never seen it freeze. Of course it happens on stream. It's gotta be first time for everything, right? I'm not sure if I saved a single time. You should have learned by now. Didn't this exactly happen on... well, not exactly, but I know playing Outcast, I forgot to save, and I died like an hour in, and then that was it. I don't think even Control Delete's gonna do anything. Wow, I've never seen this hard freeze. Well, the CD is trying to access, so let me eject the CD. Like, it's trying to read the CD, but it's not. Yeah, it's true. It wanted something. Yeah, I was trying to read the CD, and then it just kind of froze up. Wow, the computer's so frozen. It wouldn't even, like, the... There's a newer patch? Okay, maybe I'll have to look at that. The hard drive light is full, and then the CD light is full, and it's not even letting me eject the CD. Whoop. There we go. It finally crashed. Well, let's see if there was a save or not. Otherwise, it's up to you guys if I want me to start over another one. I do have a save. What we can do... I do have a save that is much later in the game, in a similar setup. On this computer, I believe. So we can always just hop to that one so you can see what a more fleshed out environment looks like much later, where I am dominant, where yes, I could wage war and all that good stuff. So, ow! Cat, you just... Yeah, Cat wanted to get up and couldn't get up and used her claws and dug into my legs. Ow! I drew blood, probably. Yeah, scan disk, thank you very much. We're good. Wow, that's fantastic. Got a crash, but yeah, if the save doesn't work there, we'll switch to the later one. I just love animals. So the cat, like, I need to get up here, and I need to not fall down, and yeah, that's a good point. Space Cow Simulator. I have a feeling that the audio here now is much louder because it always is. There we go. You gotta hear the Windows 95 startup sound. So let's find out now if autosaved or not. My goodness, Cat. Yeah, she, I have a paw pattern print. Claw marks on my leg. My goodness. Yeah, she just, like, you know, normally they, like, kind of grab on, but she went, like, full raptor talon. I love that, too. We have a litter box close to our bed, and, yeah, when the cats just drop a steamer there in the middle of the night, you're, like, sleeping, and you kind of wake up and get that waft of, like, that's alright, I didn't want to sleep anyway. Okay, game, let's try this again. No, I want to empty the recycle bin. It's part of the experience. Yeah, I think it just has a shortcut in there. I'm going to leave it in there because I like it. Deal with it. Let's try Moo 2 again and see if we got an autosave. I was gonna, but it's like there's no room here to, like, eject her, if you will, so... That really hurt, my goodness. That's probably the most, like, clawing she's done in a while. So, let's do load game. Autosave. Look at that. Aha! I don't know how far back we are. Colony ship 2 turns, so we just lost 2 turns. So yeah, good guy game. We're back to it, so if we don't get speed going here, maybe we'll switch to the later one, so okay, so we didn't lose much time at all here. Nice. Just a couple turns. Maybe I'll save before I go into the ship design here, because that's what just killed it. Well, this is exactly where we were, so we didn't lose much time at all. Fantastic. Alright. Let's see if we can build a Corvette this time, then, with a more upgraded thing. We will remove the laser cannon. Ion pulse cannon. We'll do that, except laser cannon. We will do a fusion beam. We have 15 space now. We'll need a nuclear bomb. This game was phenomenal. No special system can be added. Augmented engines. I don't have enough space to do that. These special units and stuff like that. I could reduce nuclear bomb. Let's do this. I don't need a bomber here. Let's remove the bombs completely. How do you... We'll clear it. We'll do a ion pulse cannon. We're gonna add, let's see, shield capacitor, chip range. Let's make this a fast, like, interceptor. And we'll do pulse cannons. We'll need some missiles. Nuclear missiles. I guess I just do normal nuclear missiles. It's fine. That takes a lot of space. Did it freeze again? Ha! What is going on with the ship design? Yeah, it froze again. Forget the ship design, I guess. My goodness. Wow. I wonder what it's trying to do. Maybe I should find the patch for this one. You said it was a 1.3 odds? To go find that here now, because, yeah, that's not good. I have never seen that. I swear it's never happened to me before, baby. Patches. Patch 1.3, okay. We'll download that. US version. Here, download. Download. Isn't this what you come here for, is to experience the true feel of messing with retro games? I'm just thankful for having the patches scrolls, I guess it's a website. Really good to have. Extract it here. Yeah, this is my original CD. I'm all surprised it hasn't. And maybe it digs out of this now. And that's why I've rebooted. You could listen to the nice, like... Yes, thank you. Format disk. You're all very helpful suggestions. I do appreciate it. I work in IT, you know, and I've heard those explanations. Just waiting for it to respond here. But I've grown tired. Oh, it did catch up there. See? It might be the CD, honestly. Because it looks like it did eventually catch up there. It's not that bad with scratches on it. This is my original disc from back in the day. See the camera there? There's my new camera, and you see myself reflecting there. An endless mirror. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. Alright, let's try the third time. I do have the patch now. We'll install that first, and then try designing a ship again, I guess. Again, the true experience. Especially back then when you may have not had internet to even like look up or download patches or whatever, but it might have been the CD. It makes me wonder if it's not even the CD, but the CD drive. I'm using the original drive this machine came with. It wouldn't surprise me if it's needs clean or something. Take it apart and clean the laser head and all that good stuff. Yes, I know it cancels scan disk because there's nothing wrong with the scan or the disk in it here. Why sell this stuff? You need to collect it and keep it. Don't sell old stuff. Cash is temporary, retro's forever. That's true, we didn't have a save. At this point, you're just like, well, I'll start over. I mean, I played games like that too, where you just abandon everything you did and you were just screwed, basically. But yeah, I dropped. So here's the nice part of having this NAS here now. I just dropped the update on here. And there it is. So how do you patch this game then? So just drop it, probably. Copy it first. Learn the hard way. It's better to get stuff on the machine first. I guess there we go. Got the camera so you can see what's going on. We're going to drop that on here first. We got 12 people on now. We got a few more. So if you're joining us late, you came in right in the point where Master of Orion is crashing on us because we're trying to design a ship. That's true. It could corrupt the save. Copy and then extract it. You can read more about it. Don't think I have Crusader King. No. Modem. Video. That's true. If it does corrupt the save, then it doesn't work. That would be terrific. I think you're not supposed to just extract the data, so maybe we'll make a backup copy of the directory before we apply the patch. So, yeah, Lords of the Realm is kind of like StarCraft a little bit, but it also is more like a empire management sim, more on the country level, if you will. You're maintaining and managing your country more than the entire empire. So where did that install? I guess I can do this. Find target. There it is. We will copy the entire directory so we have backup. Learn the hard way. See some Neosporin on my little cat wound here. My goodness, I've never had her dig in so deep in my leg before to climb up. The joy of having animals. Alright, let's see. We have the copy. Yeah, 7-zip supported in Windows 95, so that's what I use on these retro machines. It wasn't around that far back, but it's supported on Windows 95, which makes unzipping very easy. No peeking unzip or WinRAR here. We're just using 7-zip. Makes it very easy. Let's see. Copy. Installed. If you install, let's see, the version. Extract the files by using utilities such as peeking and zip. Overwrite older version of the same files. All right, so we are going to drop that all on here from the temp. Copy here. Yes to all. We'll see then if the save works. We'll find out here. It added more stuff, actually. It added new features. So yeah, we'll see. You're probably right, Ted. It's possible that the patch doesn't play nice with the save. If it doesn't, then yeah, we'll go back to the old version, I guess, and not design any ships. Or probably at that point, I'll load the old save and go with that. Took it. So, are we back to where the colony ships? 2 turns? Yep. The volume a little louder? Seems like it. Goodness, I messed with all these settings here. Autosave game, look at that. Good guy game. Yep, there's a lot of typing, so there we go. The 3rd time now that the mines on that world have been extinguished there. So now we go. So let's try and design a ship now. We'll know if it's a patch then, or if it is something else. Again, the CD. If it happens again, I'll probably let it rip and let it wait. We're going to clear. So yeah, we're going to make these kind of like a quick intercept ship. We will do nuclear missile. You had different wind scenarios. Fusion beam 2. 2-wrench. Okay, so we'll do point defense on this guy. Oh, it's not crashed yet, so that's a good sign. Now we have to think of a witty and funny name, because this is our interceptor, so... Alright, we'll build the sus. I should name the sus 1, but now we can build the sus here. 19 turns, alright. This will be our quick interceptor. Yeah, this is very much Civ. You have different win scenarios. You can win by economic victory, things like that. But thanks for pointing out the patch there, because that's clearly what did the trick. Now we're back and rolling after just like a little detour. This is a very small world so far, but they're not growing much. Cloning center should fix that. Let's clone population. Oh, losing out on money. I think that has to do with putting money on people in farming. Yep. There we go. Oh, you're right. It should have been crashed. Yep. I wasn't witty enough. Our drink isn't strong enough for that. Alright, we have research breakthrough. Microbiotics. Microorganisms used to create drugs. Alright. Increase the population growth rate at all planets by plus 25% and halves the percentage chance of death spores. Sorry, Oz. Telepathic training develops the talents of naturally telepathic members of your race. It enables you to form a more effective police force with an ability to get the truth in a new way. Add +5 to all spying rolls. That's all telepathy did? Like, help the police force get information? Let's see. We'll go one of these lower ones now, I think. That one is just too expensive. It's going to take too long. Terraforming would be very good. But that is very expensive. But it would help build our world a lot. But we're not producing very much research. So we'll go with this one here. Advanced magnetism. Precog and all that. Yeah, because that would take like 40-50 turns. I assume it's 55 RP per turn. So there we go. We are building stuff and we'll wait our turn. I don't think I can fly anywhere yet. Yeah, it's a very big gap around these here. Oh, sorry, build a colony ship. So we need to look at planets. So we have opportunity here for the gold deposit, but irradiated one. Not a great candidate. But there's low production, no food, but for a lot of money. Serva is irradiated, ultra rich, a lot of production, but very low population. None of these are great, because irradiated is just not very good. Gold deposit would be nice, but that ultra rich production is very useful. But it's such a small population, they won't be able to produce much, or quite a bit for their space, but not much. Terraform will be nice because it will let us convert these colonies or planets that are really bad to better ones pretty soon. So the question is if we go to Serva or Tond. I think we'll go with Tond first, just for those gold deposit. And a little larger. There we go, 2 turns. May need some more freighters because we're not going to be able to do any food production up there. So now, there are hundreds of new citizens in the Nolan Empire as the sudden population boom has doubled the population growth rate. Wow. Sudden population boom. Get busy. Hydroponic farm. Good. They can actually produce food. Cloning center would help. This is only a 2 out of 5. So we're going to build biospheres because I think these guys already... we'll do this. We'll set them up to just kind of work on their own for a while. with the 25% plus growth across the environment or everything. That should help already. Oops. Colonized pre-selected. Yes. That looks lovely. Can't wait to settle down here. For the glory of the Empire, you're now on an irradiated planet. Good luck. We need a farm, for sure. We're short one food there now, I think. But it gives a lot of cash. Because that was a gold one, I think. That's true. Hydrothermal vents would help a lot on that planet. Let's see. We're just building stuff all across the border now. We're building a new spaceship. Thanks for reminding me that we're getting a little military too. Our new starbase should be done soon. About the same time. So we actually can control our ship. So now we have established here, we can actually scout out some new areas. Huzzah! And we can find something that's actually nice. Alright, space debris. Valuable remnants of ship wreckage were found orbiting one of the planets. Already been quickly converted to 50 BC. And a... literally the worst one so far. A tiny toxic planet with 1 max population and poor economy. Low G though, so it feels like home. Holy cow. We haven't found a single planet that's like... Ooh, gem deposits. One of the planets in the system contains extensive gem deposits and will generate plus 10 BC per turn once a colony is established. And it's on a small radiated 3 max population ultra rich. I should have picked with the later one. Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me now? This sure sounds like you're trying to do that. Cloning center. Let's clone more good guys. Let's see. Probably the Marine barracks, so they feel happier. Could do another starbase. Could do an outpost ship. Space strippers. Let's do an outpost ship. We can build an outpost somewhere. I'm not sure what's happening now. DNN? Oh, research, right. Class 1 shield. Protects ships from physical and energy attacks. Absorbs up to 5 times the ship's size and damage before failing. With each attack reducing by 1 point of damage. Regenerates 30% per combat turn. EZM Jammer. Creates a magnetic pulse jamming both weapons tracking systems and missile guidance units, adding plus 70% to the ship's missile evasion. I haven't seen a single space combat yet, so... Mass Driver. Railgun firing a hypervelocity projectile. Inflicts 6 points of damage. Damage is not reduced by range modifications, autofire, blah blah blah. And modification allows you basically to configure weapon for certain task. So... let's see, what do we have? Anti-grav harness. These are all space things. I think we should do terraforming. I don't think we have a good choice there. Diplomatic, yeah. We're going to shoot for the moon and go terraforming here, so, because it's going to take 27 turns. That will help our planets thrive. Maybe here, once we get to a certain point, we'll save and then go with my other save. Commander Kira, the Smuggler. Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot of cash right now, though, so sadly, he might be useful, but I don't want to spend the money. Well, maybe switch to my other save, and then we can go all in on just wrecking everyone. Alright, Marine Barracks. Next in queue, Outpost Ship. A lot of cash coming in. Starbase, Biospheres, Hydroponic Farm. Good there. Was Tond our new colony? Yeah. How are they doing? 50 turns to build the Hydroponic Farm. Yeah, good luck over there. So yeah, this is a long haul game. Like I said before, there's no denying that. Outpost ship. All right. So what should you build now? You build a starbase. It's cost some money. Maybe we'll just crank up some. Oh, you're not full population yet, so. Well, let's go with some trade goods, because we need some extra cash. So you convert to production into trade goods. You can also put some in research here. We get faster research, so we'll do that. Yeah, some backwater areas of the galaxy here now. GNN. The population boom in Titania 4 has ended. Breakthroughs in birth control technology. They haven't stopped doing what what they're doing. It's it's not having the effect anymore. Still can't fly anywhere else. 8 parsec, 7 parsec. There's probably put the outpost in Serva here, I'm guessing. Probably on the this planet here for now. So I can actually expand into this area up here. Dog has 1. What horrible planets we're getting so far. Ah, the sus is out. Starbase! Starbase, 2180. Is it in Turtles in Time you go to the Starbase at the end there? One of the best soundtracks of any game ever is Turtles in Times. I'll stand by that. Alright, we're done with that, so we could build more sus. Wouldn't hurt. We can also build another colony ship, that will take a long time. Transport ship, we don't need that. Little space academy, so our fleet can grow by just sitting there. Starbase is done. Is this planet full yet? It is. It is. So, there's not a lot they can do here. We'll do trade goods. I want to build up some cash. I'm a little low on. Whoa! Holy cow! I'm very low on cash. I thought I built another starbase. I guess that fleet, that particular ship, is costing us a lot of moolah. We have the courier, escort, sus. What's it costing? That's only 1 per. Let's see here what we're dealing with. 9 total command points. 3 from 1 cruiser. But yeah, the bigger ones cost a lot more command points. So we're gonna put a colony or a outpost here ASAP. I don't suppose I can do it here. Ultra rich. Let's see. We're gonna go up to here. It did crash the economy. It was us all along. That's the ultra rich one. Dog. Don't think we're gonna. Yeah, toxic. All right, we're gonna put a outpost here. That should save us 1 command point, but then we pretty much have to build another starbase ASAP. This is where I just built a starbase. Never mind. Let's see. Hydroponic farm. They're still expanding their economy here. How much they can do. Although I think that my economy is just gonna suck dry there once I do that. Alright. See what happened now. Workers in Darlock have discovered a previously unknown deposit of mineral on Min that improved the mineral classification on planet to ultra rich. Fine. Getting free money. Yes. Build outpost. And the outpost, all it does is lets you then travel to these systems up here. Look at that. We have multiple ones open up now. Let's scout those out. However, without the starbase, yeah, I don't have near enough money to build that, which is a problem. We have to scuttle one of the smaller ships or something. Yeah, you have to build cash for now. We just don't have enough for that. Okay, so we're at 0 now at least. We can keep what we have. So let's explore the star systems up there. See what we find. Freighters. We're low on freighters. Dang it. It is hard to maintain in the fleet here now. Sus just wrecked it all. Look at that. Another horrible system. This is incredible. Space Academy. What else can you build now? Do trade goods, I guess. Get some more cash flow in here, because, yeah, that's a problem. We could build another trade fleet, I guess. So let's maybe do that. Freighter fleet. We'll do this. Reorder it. And then you can travel here. 1 turn. What do we find here? Nothing. This is amazing. I don't think I've ever playing this game had such horrendous luck with the starting area. Like, there is nothing. Alright, is this going to be the one? Hap. There's an ocean planet. Huzzah, with low G. That might be one to colonize. Small, has ocean, and produces food. Oh, hello. Did I find someone? It honors me every time we meet. Sure. Sign an alliance pact. Sure. Beginning is a good idea. So, that's probably the first, like... that's probably the first one I've been able to colonize. Realistically, I think there. We'll play a couple more turns. Oh, it's the thing. A couple more turns, one more turn, a few turns. And then we'll switch over to the other state where I have a bigger army. Or a bigger fleet, and then we can see what we can do. You actually get to see ship combat. I never had such a slow start in this game, like, ever. I know it sounds silly to say that over and over, but I've never seen so bad of a selection of starter planet. Because, I mean, look how many systems we've been through here now. Not a single one has had, like, a decent planet. They've all been irradiated, they've been toxic, they've been whatever. None of them have been decent. That's hilarious. Never. Now, of course, it has to happen on stream. That's just the way it works. Yeah, just one more turn. One more turn. Trade goods, trade goods. All my primary ones are doing trade goods, but we are working on terraforming, which should be done soon. Terraforming is very expensive, but it helps tremendously with planets that just are very bad for starters. So let's see on this guy. We are at 4 of 7. So maybe we can... Let's see, it's not full yet. Yeah, exactly. Cloning center would be helpful. Starbase will be even better right now. This is a small planet. We'll just build a research lab so they can contribute to the greater cause. Alright, research finally succeeded, I think. So we have terraforming now. Terraforming makes a planet more hospitable. Barren becomes desert or tundra. Deserts become arid. Tundras become swamp, ocean, swamps, and arid become terran. Each use of on a planet decreases production cost by 250 production. So it's a very good one to have. These are also good, but they're just too expensive. So we will go with some battle scanners. So now we can maybe try and go to one of these. I don't think this will let us terraform a planet that is just like pure crap now. It only lets us terraform a planet that is already decent or has something, anything. Like this one probably allows terraforming. Yep. So this will then become, let's see, barren becomes desert or tundra. This is a desert planet. Deserts become arid. So this will be very useful for this planet. It will increase the function of it. Unfortunately, it's not very large, but it will increase the food production dramatically. So, but the ones that are like this, you can't terraform. You have to convert them with the later technology before you can terraform them. So we don't have that option yet. So for now, they're going to stick with the farm. No, they can just keep going at this point. They're so close to that. The ones that have no farming, I can't do. So here we are. A few more turns. A few more turns. That does make me wonder, what does a colony ship cost here? Because it would be very good to colonize that ocean planet. Definitely. Income is -9. That hurts. Ouch. We'll run with that for a little bit here, but that's gonna drain our economy pretty quickly. Research lab. It's good. What can you build that will be helpful here? Because there isn't much. So, for now, trade goods. Just cram that into our economy. That helps a little bit. Breakthroughs are coming fast now. We're producing a lot of research points, so that's nice. Battle scanner increases the ship's chance to hit with beam weapons by 50%. Adds 2 parsecs to galactic scanning range. Aha! Tachyon communication. Integrated into starbases, battle stations, and star fortress. Emits signal which penetrates hyperspace. Ships within 3 parsec can receive your orders. Increases the command points of these bases by +1. Thank you very much. Alright, thanks for sticking around, Ethan. You're approved from the Rick the Mighty, Emperor of the Silent Empire, to go to bed. See you later, Ethan. Tachyon scanner detects ships, has a base detection range of 3 parsecs. Ships in transit can be detected 1 parsec further per ship size class ship. Tachyon scanners reduce enemy ship missile elevation by 20 points. Let's see. I'm trying to knock out some of these lower ones. We'll do battle pods here. Alright, this all helped because now we're not negative, which costs a lot of money. Colony ship is proceeding. Maybe we'll do this. We can get to that ocean world faster. This is guys making trade goods. Yeah, no, Ted, you get up real early. Appreciate you joining. Well, it was fun to have you, so... I was going to say everyone again. I do appreciate you guys watching me stream and just ramble on these old games, because it is a lot of fun to revisit these, even though I got no good planets. But it's a blast to revisit them, and it's always fun to have people to chat to, or at least listen to my ramblings. Yeah, you can probably stick with trade goods. Didn't I say, like, just one more turn, like 6 turns ago? That's just how this game operates. You just kept getting sucked in. Because now you're thinking, like, you know what? I just need to get that one thing going there. That is not good. We're not getting less... There we go. Problem is, we have several colonies now that don't produce any food, but that one should be fine here soon. 2 turns, they should produce their own food, which should help. There we go. Now I don't need to rely on transporting food here. And they can build biospheres, why not, I think. Although, they need to grow poor 3 out of 5. They're growing pretty fast, considering. So we'll build a biosphere. I think I can move this guy off. Yep, there we go now. Terraforming, 13 turns. Alright, building up some cash there now. Yeah. We weren't expecting that one. You were expecting galactic war, not, well, cat shredding my leg. Battle pods increases the available space on a ship by 50%. Provide suspended animation facilities for legendary officers if their ship is destroyed. At least one friendly ship must survive the combat to rescue the surviving officer. Troop pods. Troop pods house additional detachment of space marines, doubling the number of marines on board a ship. Additional marines can defend the ship or board enemy ships. Nice. Spaceport, I think, is very good for the economy. We're going to go with that. Yeah, money generation by 50%. That is very useful. Colony ship is proceeding. This ship is increasing in, I think, just hanging out there. In experience. Ooh, Administrator, Mega Wealth, plus 10 BC. That's good. Financial Leader. Yes, we will hire you. 0 BC a turn. Nice. Not cheap, but that will pay for itself pretty quickly. So let's see where we're going to put him. Let's see. Mentar, that's where he is. Tond, Lynx. Oh, this is probably good because we have 2 colonies here. 5 turns. He has to actually travel here, which I think is a pretty neat touch, so... Uh-oh. That means the Antarans are coming. If they target your colony, they're pretty just going to destroy it, because it's kind of like a random superior space force. They just wreck you. They are not coming for mine, hopefully. Not much news on the war front right now. If the Antarans come for you, you're just boned at this point in the game. They will just destroy whatever colony they target. It takes a long time to get strong enough to defeat them or fight them back. But I like playing with the random events. It adds a little spice to the game. Let's see what's going on now. I swear, we're going to switch to the outer one. Armor Barracks creates tank battalions. It has 2 units when built and adds 1 unit every 10 turns up to half the planet's population. Eliminates the morale penalty for dictatorship and feudal governments. Tank barrack, yeah. Fighter garrison, planetary base that houses 10 interceptors. Fighter garrison is equipped with 6 bombers or 4 heavy fighter squadrons when the appropriate technology becomes available. New fighters become available every 10 combat turns. Spaceports fight for commercial transaction, increases the money generation by colony by 50%. That's substantial. We're going to build that. Yeah, we'll do this one. Artificial intelligence. Oh. Find someone new, or is it the same guy? Hail, mighty Emperor! Formal trade agreement. Yes, trade agreements are good. They give us more cash. So, we're very chummy with these guys now. What you can do now is build the spaceport. That will help us greatly here. And let's build an armor barracks after that. Reduces the morale. And then the starbase. -7 in cash. Yep, ouch. We're going to have to try and cram out some starbase or some spaceports because that will help us a lot on the cash front. Execute was trade form. So Lynx 4 is now terraformed. Signed in non-aggression. Oh, Trelaire and Nolam Empires have signed in non-aggression. So probably this guy that's up here then, I'm guessing. So now if we look at our colony, there's Lynx 4. Look at that. How nice. You can terraform it again, which makes it even better and costs even more cash. But now they produce more food. And I think it becomes more hospitable too. So that is very good. Now this planet becomes much more usable for us. So we're going to build a spaceport because we need cash. Then probably a cloning center because I'd like to get this planet up and running now at a higher population. That's very useful. And then armor barracks. Oops, not that. It just sucks you in. You just keep going, and that's the thing. It's like you keep building and building. All right, Director Zog gains a level. Spaceport, nice. Now we can switch this guy to build a spaceport too. I think I have enough cash flow now to do this. Yes, 6. It's good. We'll build a... Let's see... Armor barracks too. Reduce the penalty of the... Well, being a horrible place to live, basically. I don't suppose they couldn't build terraforming. No. Can't terraform a dead planet. It just improves a planet that's already good. Or decent. Food shortage. Oh. +3 food. Okay. Gotta balance all the stuff, and there we go. Making a nice amount of cash now. Colony ship. Darlock and Trellian Emperor is now at peace. The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. Let's... yeah, you need a spaceport here for sure. Armor barracks, fighter garrison, missile base. Just cram out all the other stuff here now. Now we're going to colonize that water world. Up to ultra poor, low G. It's an ocean planet, so that's better than nothing, right? Yeah, this is like hilariously bad luck on the planet spawning here. Armor barracks, biospheres. All right, I forgot about this colony. It's still kicking. Automated factories will help. That's one of those that will help with a colony that's producing a lot of production, basically. Spaceport. There we go. Now we're talking cash. Cloning center. Colonized, yes. This is a water world, which then is underwater. So underwater colony. Ultra poor, but it's low G, so it feels like home, except underwater. Pretty close, right? It does make me wonder if the CD is the problem, because it's like really seeking now there. We need a hydroponic farm. 10,000. That's not going to work. Yes, we will spend that money. We're going to move you to actual production. I think we have a choice. We can also transport workers. We're low on... There we go. Now we probably need stuff to grow the colony and all that good stuff. Automated factories. This is one of those that's going to be very slow. You can't terraform it, so... Ocean, swamps, and air becomes Terran, so that would be a very good one to expand on. You see how this game just... It just always... Just one more turn, and do one more thing. So let's... 2 more turns, then we'll switch to the other save that has a lot more stuff going on. We will build the automated factory here. I'm going to come back to the save later on. Just because it's so addicting. 1 more turn. Something happened. Kevin, yeah. Neural scanner. Improved data processing methods. The pathways of the brain can be mapped and analyzed. Plus 10 all spirals. Scout Lab. A computer-assisted laboratory that generates an amount of research depending on chip size. Security stations. Automated controls and monitors vital sections of ships. Attacking intruders with computer-controlled weapons. Plus 20 combat rolls. There's a lot of deep stats in this game. We'll plant our supercomputer. We'll go with this guy here. Next is Starbase. Group 120. I think we're making a lot of cash now. There we go. 31. It's good sometimes to have a long stretch of just making... yeah, that's a good point. I probably should that. And I could daemon this very easily, because, I mean, finding the ISO for this isn't hard, but it was fun to use the originals. Until it doesn't work, apparently. Oh. They coming for me? Whew, they're not. So yeah, that screws you over big time. Here we go. One more turn. I took 3 turns there for the 2 turns. We're going to save game. We're going to name it 2 because I'm very creative. Then we're going to load the other save. So to save some time, bam. So I guess Cylon again. This is much later in the game. Now you get like a shock effect here. I believe we're building a fleet. We have a fleet. Warship. I think I call them badass because they were badass at the time. We do have quite a fleet already. It's a Guardian, so this is the Orion, which is kind of the Battle of Antares. You can beat that to beat the game. I think I am building a lot of warships here. Yeah. Warships. Warship. Warship. Just one more turn. We have a lot more stuff going on here, but the same thing, just extended. It's a bigger place. Oh look, it's a small place that I built a hydroponic farm. And you see you have a lot more things to build here now. It's the same thing, just a lot more features. We'll build a biosphere, why not? War never changes. I'm more thinking of Hot Shots 2. If you haven't seen it, it's a fantastic movie, but... War! It's fantastic, I think he says. So in this case here, I remember I was transferring settlers over, basically. In this particular one, we do have a lot of fleets here. We're going to go pick a fight here soon. Yeah. War never changes. I'm not sure where that came from. Maybe someone can fill us in on that one. I don't remember. So there we go. This guy has a lot of fleets spread out everywhere. But we're going to go pick a fight here. We're going to do a little bit more play and then probably call it, but we're going to go pick a fight here soon, so you get to see what the combat looks like. And I think to remember these ships are not... Oh, really? Fantastic. Fallout 3 was a... Which Fallout is it, I guess? I was thinking both... I have played Fallout 3 all the way through. I played Fallout 1 and 2 a little bit, which I know is almost like horrible crime being a retro gamer, which I should play or even stream at some point. Fallout 1 or 2. Doesn't matter at this point here. We're just going to research something. Let's see which ships we have about finishing here. Warship 4, 17 turns. That's a long time. 3 turns. So we'll build one more ship. Oh, nice. Yeah, 76, I'm not sure it counts. I've heard... I have a friend who played it and enjoyed it greatly, but yeah, I've heard yikes things about that one. Soul enrichment, cloning centers. So when we get a bigger colony or bigger environment, then there's just so much stuff going on. Warship 4. So let's see. You can build a warp interdictor and that, why not? So this one has a lot of that ship there. So now we're gonna combine our fleets here. Let's go here. You go here. Then we're gonna go pick a fight. So you know, this is like probably 2 days of playtime to get to this point. But this game is... It's fun all the way through. You get so invested in your environment and your colonies and all that stuff. And I mean, you see how many things I'll keep tracking of here. Each turn gets more populated. You see I'm making a lot of cash. I have a lot of command points, food. Once your empire gets to a certain point, it's just self-sufficient in that sense. You don't have to chase each little thing, and you can expand to these really, really horrible planets and then terraform them to be better planets. So terraforming is very expensive. But yeah, we'll terraform this one right away. Why not? Terraforming, there we go. Let's see. Artificial planet lets you build a planet out of an asteroid belt. So you could find an asteroid belt, convert it into a planet, and then terraform it all the way to like a full Eden garden, basically. So, sorry, no space strippers. Even in an advanced society, an advanced space society, there are no space strippers. Probably just normal strippers, but no space strippers. You guys need a hydroponic farm. You already have it. Fine, we'll build a cloning center. So, there we go. Now we have a little fleet here. We're gonna go fly there and pick a fight. Attack the colony first. Okay, fine. Alright. Yeah, sorry guys. I was in a treaty, but you're gonna get to see how the combat looks at least. So this is the ship combat. And it's a fully, like, tactical move around stuff. You can see this goes nuts too, because you have all the features of the ship. It was Aussie who made me do it. It wasn't my fault. You can scan, you can board, there's a lot of things. You see the grid then you can travel in, and you can't... So I can shoot the missiles now, but I'm going to get closer, and I'm going to try and shoot all... Fire my missiles! You're trying to break down their armor. This ship is quite superior to the other ones we're fighting here. And eventually, if you keep playing this game long enough, you basically get little Death Stars that can hold, like, planet-busting lasers that are just ridiculous. Now we can bombard now. Destroy the colony, basically. There we go. Colony's gone. Sorry, I bet that race is a little mad at me now. Sorry, it was a mistake. Oh boy. You got what you wanted, Rossi. We're at war now. Oh, another warship. The production is so high on these things here now. So we'll see what he does now. We're just going to kind of cycle around and just destroy all his plates. Unfortunately... Fine. Astor University, whatever. Anyway, this is a really, really good game. If you have the capability to play it, I think you can probably get it on GOG even. It plays really well today. I would not bat an eye at just like literally sitting down and playing this on a modern computer, because that is just so much fun still. Auto build, whatever. Build something. I don't care. You can set an auto build then, so then the CPU or computer builds for you, basically. You don't have to deal with that stuff. So we can go to here and just wreck that colony. Problem now is that his main fleet is up here somewhere. They're probably consolidating their power down. We don't care. We're just gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it. Ooh, nice planet. Not so much any longer here now soon. So the space combat gets super tactical, and I bet on the higher difficulties you have to use all the abilities. The ships can have special powers and special tools, and it gets nuts. You can see then, I can't move my mouse, you can see at the bottom there, you see the shields of the opposing ship and the health that it has. Some weapons penetrate the shields and do direct damage. You see the missiles coming out, you can launch fighters, there's bombers. I mean, it just goes so deep. It is bonkers on the, as deep as you can get in the game. And yeah, this is one I would love. I don't know how you'd possibly swing it without spending like a weekend non-stop. It would be so fun to play multiplayer. Because then everyone, this has full support for multiplayer, basically allowing you to, you know, we're just going to cycle through it. And it looks like he's going for that one pretty hardcore. 6 turns to Lear, so that's where he's going. Let's go up here so we can actually intercept that fleet. But yeah, they're gonna have a... that planet and this planet's gonna have a bad time. Depends on what planetary defenses you have. That can protect you quite a bit. Oh no, they attacked me. Oh yeah, I had no protection. So they nuked a whole bunch of stuff. With multiplayer, it's like another CPU or whatever. Can't remember how the turns work. You gotta finish your turn, basically. And then it goes over to the next person then. They have something to say? Oh, it's just research. Got it. Gauss cannon, why not? I don't want to manage the economy anymore, I just want to shoot things. What did you auto-build there? Oh, they're coming here. They're going after me hardcore now. Whoa, yeah, they bombard everything. See, I didn't have a... oh no, they invaded. The small colony had nothing to protect them with, so if they would have had an actual military force, then yeah, they would have fought them off, but... you got what you wanted. Same thing here, no infantry. He was ready. He was ready. Oh wait, I have no protection anywhere? That's the thing, it's like, if you want to go into full war, you should have, should have won, yeah. This save, of course, like, I tend to go for, like, more, you know, diplomatic victories. Not diplomatic, but just... they took over this one, so now I'm going to bombard my own planet here and wreck it back, I guess. They invaded the colony and now I'm blowing it up. Oh, that was nice of me. Sorry, guys. We'll liberate you by bombing you. See if we can get to his actual fleet, because he's really hopping around. So yeah, I should have stayed down there. What's the ETA to get down there? 4 turns. Alright. See if we can catch up, because he's really having a good time. Wow. Yeah, he had a much bigger military, and that's kind of the CPU does, but then that's kind of the thing of being at peace with them. You have a chance, basically, to build up a big environment, or a big fleet and everything. So I have a defender here now, at least. That guy's not going to be able to wreck my U here. So there's orbiting Concordia. Oh, no, never mind. I go here, 1 turn. Alright. One battleship. Ship versus ship. Mano a mano. My ship should be quite superior. I have a lot more technology. Yeah. He missed, and boom. There you go. That was it. For that one. I'll just set all of these to auto now. I just want to do a little more combat. I just want to see if I can attack his main fleet, and then we'll probably call it. But so that one's coming in there now to protect us. Same ship here. 1 destroyer. And it's, again, it's a balance of sooner or later you're going to have to build like a good fleet. Because you can't just keep doing research and building your empire over and over. If you do that too much, then yeah, you're going to have a bad time. That one is a little bigger. Is that a transport ship? Can I redirect to here? No. Cannot. See what happens now. I was hoping I can get into a fight with his actual fleet, but I think he's trying to avoid me because he knows my particular fleet is pretty strong. Where did his main fleet go? Not that one. I don't know where his fleet went. I'm chasing down. He's probably retreating back. That's not going to happen. We will chase him down. Yeah, research, great. If you're, you know, going into this, it's like I'm really trying to just beeline to like a big ship versus ship battle here now. Otherwise, you would have spent a lot of time building up and, you know, sending out fleets left and right. Ooh. What should we bombard? So this is Starbase, and I actually have to fight the Starbase here. Is it protecting the planet? But it is immobile, it's not allowed to move. This is a Starbase. But I can give you some protection. You can have a shield on the planet, you can equip your Starbase with stuff, you can have a fighter station there and everything, but I'm not going to be matched for these highly advanced ships. So there's a lot of options. I said diplomacy is probably one of the weakest ones. It's kind of the par for the course with most of these 4X games. They don't tend to have a lot of deep diplomacy stuff. Oh, and Tarns are coming too. Yes, they arrived there. So where did this fleet go? They're all going in. Ooh, and Tarns are attacking him too. That's unfortunate for him, isn't it? Can I even get down here? Yeah. We got the drives for it. See, now, Aussie, you'll get your dream come true here. We're going to go into a final confrontation down in his home area, probably with a big fleet battle, and then this will be the last thing. Alright, there's one. Oh, you have a colony, alright. Ooh. This is a big one. Starbase, fodder garrison. Not for much longer. Oh, look, yes, a space potato guarding his planet. And that's kind of what I usually play this game, is like you try and like build and something to sustain you long enough for you to get kind of the over the crest on technology, and then you can build a very superior space force and really just wreck the other players. I'm sure that changes on harder difficulties, but this is what we're playing on, so... This is my older ship. That's not quite as powerful anymore. Certainly not these. You gotta worry about positioning. Some of the lasers have to be turned a certain way. There's so much strategy in here. I probably should watch someone like min-maxing a game like this, because there's so many things going on. I'm sure on expert difficulty it's probably very, very hard. You have to use all the abilities. Now he gets to shoot. We had a lot of missiles coming in here now. Whoops, hello. You can shoot at the fighters. I think we can just go ahead and wreck the station here. I think it was the Mighty. It's the one I call myself. Let's see, we have missiles coming in. I'm gonna find the missiles that are not mine. These guys, I guess. Yeah, you can use your beam weapons to fight the missiles, basically. Otherwise, I think you have to wait for the missiles to finish flying. Yep, there we go. Is there anything left? All the missiles are going there. There we go. Sorry, guys. It was a nice colony. Wag Prime? More like Slag Prime, am I right? Ooh, there's a gem deposit there. How fortuitous. Auto build. Just want to get down to the, where is this fleet? I was here. It's kind of moving around, I think. Colony ships, yeah. I think that's usually what happens, is you kind of run around sweeping up transport. Wow, yeah. I thought he had a bigger fleet. He must have split it up a lot. Otherwise, we're not going to find this fleet here to attack it. Well, you're seeing the ship combat now, at least, so you got to see a taste of that. But again, I can highly recommend this game. It still holds up really well. It's fantastic to play. Super deep. So many options. And again, 7 space. And then, as I understand it, I never played it because I heard the reviews were so poor on Master of Orion 3 that it was just horrible. That it fell so far. And it sounds like one of those games, they had so many grandiose ideas and it's worse than this one. Like, it came out a lot later. And, like, the graphics were basically the same or worse. So, any bombs left here for... You can also invade a planet if you have troop pods, and then you can just take it over. Your research. Even doing this little thing is almost a showcase. I just realized how long I've been streaming now, and just one more turn. Just one more turn. So where is his fleet? I don't see it. So what's his homeworld? Is it Mechlon? It really does, huh? I should check it out then. I said I never played it. I do remember kind of vague memories of it coming out, but not actually playing it. That's too far. I can't even fly there. Alright, we'll fly to one more system. Check that system out, and I call it good, probably. See an old taste of what the combat has to bring and everything, but I'll have to check out Master of Orion 4 then. So it feels like if I want to get into a 4X game with this caliber, then probably Stellaris at this point. But what scares me about games like that is that they have so many expansion packs and so much content. Like, how do you get into it? How do you get started? You know, how do you get that deep into it? Because it is really hard to keep up. I liked Unreal 2. Now, was it as good as Unreal 1? No. But it was a nice, like, if it would not have been an Unreal game, you probably wouldn't have thought about it. But the fact that we're trying to, you know, market it as Unreal 2, it was, yeah, too generic. It was fun, but it's too generic. Wormhole. The wormholes are very useful too, because it lets you travel very far, obviously, so. Yeah, when you have the superior technology, you can just steamroll. The hardest part of this game is that early/mid game where you don't have enough production capacity and stuff like that yet. That's where it's really hard to keep up, so. Can't get far enough to shoot. Launching fighters here. Oh. Amount of weapons there. Let's see. I shoot down those fighters. Haha. A lot of missiles. Fires the missiles. Oh. No more missiles. Yeah, this is one of those eternal games you can just keep going forever. Should watch that again, too. It's been so long. Fire the missiles! Use that randomly still as a joke. Not everyone gets it, but... You watch that one, that's legendary. Really? I don't think I was aware of that one. Alright, I could keep playing this for all eternity. So you've seen the combat. Next will be, at this point, to just sweep around and eliminate this alien. Because I think that's the only one left. Yeah, they've all been eliminated. Ones that I've fought. Ones that just didn't make it. Through just normal reasons, so... Exit out of that game. Master of Orion 2. Great game. But yeah, I'll definitely check out Master of Orion 4 now. I'm really curious, because I do remember reading things about it and just kind of dismissing it or assuming that it was just as bad as Master of Orion 3. So I'll have to check that out. But I realize how long I've been streaming. That's this game. It takes a force of will to stop playing this game. This is one of those where just hours just disappear. You're in the middle of the night. Birds chirping outside. Like, what just happened? So, I'd recommend it still. So, I'm going to call it there for tonight. If you have suggestions for next week, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just pick a random game again. And I will probably stream Master of Orion 1 by request at some point. I just want to get my feet wet with Master of Orion 2 again and get a little palette, or not a palette, but a comparison, if you will. Because this game is still one of my favorite games. It just plays so well, still. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys watching again, hanging out, and I will see you next week. And it's late. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks. I'm hoping to grow, but I appreciate it. 900 was a big achievement, so I'm glad to get there. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night. Thank you.